What is going on, ladies and lurkers? You are here for the PlayStation Tournament EVO warm-up finals for Europe. Guilty Gear Strive is going to be on your screen. I am going to be one of your mic controllers, C4IQ, joined here by the legend himself, Mr. Ringe.
Thank you, man. You're too kind. You're too kind. I'm just excited to be here for some Guilty Gear Strive. We talked about it a little bit before the show, me and you. EU has been showing out in this game, right? It seems like there's tournaments every day, and we got a couple of the veterans of those tournaments here today, and I can't wait to see how they show out for that pre-EVO warm-up series.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to get the bracket up on screen for you guys in a second as well, but we've had a little peek, like Rin said. Unfortunately, there's no Axels. Brings a tear to my eye as a UK character. He's not in the top 8, but we do have some quality gourmet players with quite a good variety of characters, as you can see here in the upper side of the bracket. We've got people like Popotino, Heapski, Baron, Retro Mix-Up, waiting for a treat. So everyone, stay tuned.
Oh, yes, indeed, indeed. I can't wait to see what they all bring to the table. Of course, at the top is Popotino, right, which is going to be already something fierce. But I want to see what they're playing for today, of course. You know, we got some prize pools. Some money is on the line. First place getting that 350, second 200, third 150. And we're paying all the way through to that 8th place today. So everybody in the bracket is getting a little something, something, you know?
Man, if only I knew, I would have ended. But you know what? I am not mad. I'm here commentating with yourself. It's going to be real sick. I mean, people don't really want to see Leo, but it's all good. I can do a better job here. But if you do want to enter, go to compete.playstation.com. There you can enter all the tournaments you want to, and not just for Strive. There's other games. Street Fire obviously is going to be there, as well as some things that you probably wouldn't expect, like Gundam. So free to enter, why not? Put your name in the hat and you can come out with some money as well. Like we said, top 8, get paid out.
Yes, yes. I hope everybody can take their time and go there. But before that, of course, I want people to talk about the match that's coming up next. I believe it's going to be Popotino versus Paulex. That's going to be our first one to kick it off. And if you don't know about Popotino, I mean, this man's soul is kind of gnarly. You know what I'm saying? That's to put it lightly.
Yeah. He's super grimy with a soul. A long-time soul player as well. Not just in Strive, so you can't just say that he's picking top tier. He's got an affinity with this character, for sure. Quite young as well, from France, and we all know about French players. They've got a very high bar. So to play this character in France and do well, which he does do, is very, very impressive. Super solid player. He does so many mind games with this character. He will make you think that you don't know the game. Like he will throw so many knowledge checks at you. It's going to be crazy. And with a 90 win rate, something I do when your win rate's that high is I start changing letters. It might be Popotino because he's just got W's. 90 win rate. That's high, man.
Yeah, that is very intimidating. You said that he's going to be putting a lot of knowledge checks, and it's going to be up to his opponent, Paulex, to have that knowledge under his belt, right? I'm not sure what character he's going to be bringing to the table, but it is the Milia, and he's a young one as well out of Portugal, so it's going to be a young man's game here for the Soul versus Milia. Obviously, 2 high-octane characters. Milia's second lowest health in the game. It's going to be a little spooky, just playing against Soul in the neutral. You can see a little bit less in the win rate as well, but we all know about those Milia rounds, you know what I'm saying? She is definitely still capable of that here in Guilty Gear Strive, where she knocks you down one time and then you don't even get to play, and that's always a dangerous character to go up against in any bracket.
Yeah, Milia is definitely one of those characters where you're kind of expecting her to do her game plan, but when it happens, there's not much you can do about it, right? It's one of those very strong, powerful, like vortexes that she applies to you. And obviously there's things in the game, mechanic-wise, especially with the wall break, that kind of try to disable the set play she applies. But the media players have definitely found ways around it. So let's see if this is going to be the case today.
Yeah, and then even if she does manage to break the wall, if it's with a super, she at least gets plus frames, right? Maybe not the most deadly mix-up, but still, nonetheless, she gets to keep running her game. But, of course, Popotino is going to do his best to not let her get into that spot in the first place. And, I mean, with the soul, he's more than capable of doing so. But I think maybe we're off to a little bit of a messed up start here, perhaps. I'm about to just go back to the lobby, seems like. Tyrant Raid. Or, you know, maybe
I mean,
he just wants to give his opponent he wants to play at a handicap, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, you can take the first round. I won't give you my burst. Oh, it looks like it was just going to play with a handicap on his opponent. All right. Paulex is here, though. Now he's going to play with the melee, escaping quickly with the Capel.
And I like Paulex. Not giving up. Half a hero. And you know what? I'm a round down, but I'm still going to fight. And like I said, when Millia gets started, it doesn't really matter what the opponent character is. Like, everyone is susceptible to the Vortex.
Exactly. She's one of those characters, I like to call them the great equalizers, right? If she just knocks you down, then they're all the same. And oh my goodness. What's not built the same is the health. And I mean, a beefier character would have survived that. Unfortunately, Millia does not survive that Tyrant Rave. And I mean, in the blink of an eye, the first match is over. Popotino going up 1-0, which is what we, I think, expected. He's a very dangerous Soul player, as you mentioned, a long time Soul, not just here picking a top tier. He's not one of the enthusiasts like myself. Well, actually, in Guilty Gear, to be fair, I got a husband, though. I got Zato holding me down. So we'll see if Popotino can continue to have Soul Bad Guy hold them down as well. And Millia Rage, on the other hand, hopefully she gets to play from the get-go this time. I'm not sure Paulex had the best idea handicapping himself there. He's going to need every single chance and opportunity going up against Popotino.
And I kind of respect Popotino. The first round going, hey, this is just a Soul round. It could happen to you anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if he was ready or not. Like, he was running his script, right? This is a tournament. This is top 8.
Exactly, bro. No mercy is being shown.
Yeah, it has to be done. It has to be done. This is combat. And here we go with the Vortex. RC, keeping it safe. Fares, Gunflame, the classic.
And I just noticed her wrist gauge as well. In the red, you do not want to get touched. Oh my goodness. The 6S did so much alone. Gonna have some slight reprieve here as the stun bar, the wrist gauge, it starts to deplete a little bit.
Yeah, that wrist gauge, if you do pay attention to it in the match, it can definitely change your decision making.
Oh my God.
Just like get hit by dust. Are you gonna burst? Yes, you are. Paulex.
Yep. Trying to hold on to this round, right? Doesn't want to surrender it. That charge does so much damage. Millia's got a great air-to-air game, but ends up falling into a 6B and then a 6S, that fire slash, just destroying her space.
Man, Soul's approach when he knocks you down is so strong, right? It's like, I can do this real safe fire S for max range, or I can get you into the fire S Vortex. It is so devastating.
Oh my goodness. Chasing down the backdash with the wild throw, telling Millia to get in this corner, double blocking the overhead. Still, the FD wasn't able to push him out of 2K range. And now with a magic pixel, I mean, Paulex, you're going to be looking for the 9th level spells, my man. Everything possible. Might need to make a pact with a fiend. Ooh, not going to happen. Instead, just finds more fire, more flames. Soul Bad Guy with a perfect, put an exclamation point on that one.
Yo, I need to wait. I just need to clean my glasses, because that run up Wild Throw has still got me shook. That was crazy. He was not scared. Popotino just Usain bolted his way in from almost full screen and said, "I don't care if you're gonna press the button. You're too scared." Because I'm Soul. I could Fafnir, Fares, 6S, all of these options, and Wild Throw was the one he picked. And Popotino, yeah, I'm shook, and I'm not even in the game. I don't know, man.
That's already a 2-0 lead here. And as you said, it's not just a 2-0 lead, but with a lot of mental damage done. Like that, there were a couple of instances right there that are going to sit with you for a while. And I mean, Popotino, he's a veteran of the tournament experience, right? Paulex, I think he's probably had some less experience in this type of realm. So with that, he's got to be careful, right? He's going to be more easily shook than someone like Popotino.
Indeed, indeed. But these confirms that I've seen Paulex get are pretty clean. In a tournament setting, like you said as well, a lot of things happen, right? You get these nerves, you get, oh, maybe I shouldn't go for this combo because I need to win. Popotino doesn't have that mindset.
Yeah,
this is how he plays all the time. Tournament, casuals, friendlies, when he's fighting his pet dog or his nan, like, they're all getting the work.
That's what I like to see, man. You gotta treat every game like it's your last, and that's what Popotino does. Ooh, trying for the backdash in the corner there. RC as well, going with the FD low, and then just the raw heavy DP afterwards. You saw the extra run time. He was looking for a backdash right there. He was trying to chase it down.
I'm so glad you clocked that as well. I think he did like a Kara DP. That was so sick.
Oh no, the charge dust again, and your health bar is gonna melt. No burst to save you this time. My goodness, she actually got smoked.
Some people say unreasonable. I say entertaining damage. Getting hit by dust, it could happen to you any moment. You can have the life lead, but if you don't know how to block when you see the orange,
bruh. That was all right. I know GDQ has started, my man, but you didn't need to enter in like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessary. But Milia, we talked about at the very top of the game, second lowest health. I mean, when you're going up against someone like Popotino and you're going up against a character like Soul, it'd be like that sometimes.
I had to put the shades on for the one time. Popotino is definitely out here, bro. Like, that was offensive. Like, if you've never seen Soul, if you're looking for a character to pick, watch Popotino. He will answer all your questions. This is why this is nightmare fuel. Soul can just put you into loser's bracket like that. Doesn't matter what you've done in T mode. If the Soul player gets the good reads, which is all Guilty Gear is about, he can just make you better in loser's bracket, and that's what he's done to Paulex. Unfortunately, but like we said,
here it is. Here's that wild throw on the back dash, bruh. I mean, how do you not crumble mentally after that? And then again, the 6P just counter hitting. We've seen 6Ps act as great anti-airs, but they're great ground buttons in general, right? Acting like above the knee in full, not just upper body in full in this game. So it beats a lot of grounded normals as well. You saw him come out with a counter hit there. And, you know, Paulex was able to run his game a couple of times, right? You talked about the conversions all the way to the wall. You can see it put in the bad mood on there. Gold bursted right there to try to keep the momentum, but Popotino, bro, oh my goodness. Look at the damage on this. I can do nothing but laugh.
When you're in that position, right, Range, you think, I've got all the control, right? I just don't need to get hit by the slow overhead. I can't lose as long as I can watch for the slow overhead. Paulex did not see the slow overhead and now goes into loser's bracket. Popotino, Mr. 90% win rate, moves on.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned how some people consider it unreasonable damage, and I think I might be one of those people, but at the same time, it is 28 frames, right? So it is a slow overhead. It's more than reactable. I mean, no, it's in the heat of the moment, your mental stat gets to you, and it's hard to consider it, but that's what makes it a viable option despite its slow speed. So, I mean, in Popotino, using every tool of the trade.
Yeah, and that's what a veteran does, right? With the mix-up between fast and the slow dust that we've put into the game. It's hard, but we're going to go on to our next match. It's Sasori versus Mick. This match, I'm pretty sure Sasori plays Geo. Mick, a RAM player. Both of these players have done well in the lifespan of Strive thus far. I think, yeah. So I've definitely seen Sasori. He entered a couple of tournaments. ICFC is one of them. Done really well, got top 8. Very, very aggressive Geo. And most Geos are quite aggressive, right? Plus frames out of the Yuha. Player from Russia, 29. I'm not sure if they played any fighting games before that, but if not, very impressive gameplay by them.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm a little hurt because if you're going to name yourself after a puppet master, then you should be playing Zato, but I understand. Giovanna is a very appealing character, as you mentioned, very aggressive, high mobility. She's so fast. Every dash normal feels like it goes full screen. And speaking of full screen normals, we got Mick on the other side, right? Ram Lethal in the building, the S monster, slash on slash, whether it be the jump, the standing. I don't know which that low is. Is that her crouching S2, the one that's like a big low that she uses for frame traps sometimes? I'm not sure. But either way, a lot of slashes are going to be present. You can see with a 75% win rate. But it goes beyond that. We talked about Mick before. He's been a veteran of these EU tournaments. He's been placing very high, top 8 at the very least, in almost every single one that he enters. So he's going to be one of the favorites to be going far today.
Yeah, no strange to any of this tournament scene stuff. Even with the situation we're in now with a lot of online tournaments, Mick was one of the players that did a lot of damage in Grand Blue when the game dropped, and they were ready to start entering offline. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened yet. The timeline hopefully will realign itself and we can get that soon. But right now, we are here with the online Strife stuff. Ramaful, like you said, MRK, Mick, very accustomed to far range pokes. Very, very accustomed to that. And Geo not known for the pokes other than 2D, because that button is... what a start. This is what I like, right? Tournaments like this, people don't care about the names. We're just fighting here.
What was that air throw? Are you serious? All right. Sasori already impressive out the gate, showing no fear. Starting with big buttons, getting the air throws, and there's the dash for S. Oh no, left some damage on the table there. Actually had tension to give him into the super. Still does it there. That's actually 2 big drops. You don't want to give Ramlethal any momentum. YRC just gets DP'd. Ooh, okay, the decision making from Sasori, I'm a fan. I'm a fan so far.
This is seat of your pants gameplay because that DP is not invincible like that.
No.
It's only upper body invincible.
Yeah.
He said, I'm doing the fastest move, get off me, release me.
Man, it's Sasori getting the cross, so this is gonna force Mig into a corner situation here. And yeah, Mig doesn't want to be there, right? One of the big weaknesses of Ramlethal is when she gets knocked down with no meter.
Yeah, no reversal on the table. I guess technically the same for Geo, but
Yes,
Geo's
100%.
Geo's not normally getting knocked down, right? Geo's the one pressing the buttons because plus frames, if you can't interrupt, you just become a victim. But Ram doesn't like that scenario, gets out of the corner and starts their game plan.
Yeah, tap does for now, and no explosion to go behind it. Another far S hitting. Ooh, and the air dash behind the sword. Great stuff from Sasori. Good maneuver behind this so far. Has the RC available as well. Ooh, and it's gonna use it to confirm off the whip kick and takes the entire first game.
That was mad quick, and I feel that's what you have to do against Ram, right? Because how are you gonna fire in the mid-range? How do you fight Ram in the mid-range? Most people, that's not where you want to be. You either want to be outside or inside, where it's hard for her to play that close quarter combat with the quick like buttons to try and get you off. She doesn't really have that. Her 5P is decent. It's not bad. Her air game is pretty good, but Geo just smothering Ram, not giving them a chance to do anything. So this is how you need to play in the first of 3. You don't want to give your opponent time to adapt.
And that was good stuff from Sasori, kind of bullying with the spiral arrow, testing her early, right? Being like, all right, Ram, are you going to be able to 6P this? And we didn't see a lot of 6Ps come out from Mig. So at the end, Mig was probably going to commit to something, and that's why he got clipped by the whip kick, right? That is what the frame trap is. If you're committing to 6P during one of her normals to look for the spiral arrow or the like the burn kick, the flip kick, you're going to get caught by that whip. So good stuff from Sasori, switching it up at the end.
For sure, for sure. And now we can see Mick trying to play like the tip game, right? Mushroom tips everywhere. He's trying to hit everything at max range. Wow, did you see that range? The 2D to go on the swords. This guy might have labbed the matchup.
Yeah, right. Look, utilizing the low profile, but actually committing to the full Rekka sequence and then the close S. Oh, she just got her sword back at the very end, so she didn't actually throw it, but jump best, we talked about it. One of the most prominent normals in the entirety of Guilty Gear Strive. Good stuff from Mick.
Yeah, that jump away is going to cause a lot of problems for Geo, right? But wow, what
Speaking of problems, my man Mick has a lot now. Because he's going to be able to break the wall. That's positive bonus for Geo. She's already almost at 50% tension as well. And she gets the hit immediately. Going to break the wall again with this super. And she's going to be at plus frames. I mean, this is all bad because not only are you in a guess for game scenario here, but the next round, it's going to be hard to build your burst all the way back because it got blocked and punished this time. So sorry, this is good looks.
Like you said, Mick right now has 9 problems and a female dog is one because Geo and now Wolf, look at the corner pressure. That round start, not getting to play the game, even when in the corner, Sasori is going ham.
Yeah, he's gonna need it. He needs a different blueprint, my man. And maybe 1, 2, or 3, I don't know, because right now Sasori is just going ham, as you said, controlling the corner, breaking the wall yet again. And I mean, look at this life deficit. Mick doesn't even have an ultra press to do big damage at the moment. Oh my god, that far S has been a massive pain in Mick's rear end, to be honest.
Yeah, I really like to, when I'm commentating, think, okay, what could the opponent do? How do you stop micro dash bar S? I don't know.
She's on skates, bro. Like, it actually goes so far. And that's one of those moves, too, that we've seen. Even the highest level competitors, they see it and they see a whiff and they're like, oh, I can whiff punish it. But it's so active and the hitbox is just out there. Every time you go to do it, you end up getting counter hit. So yeah, right now, Ramlethal on the back foot. Mick, I mean, he's one of our favorites. We talked about it to go all the way to the end, and he's down 2-0 at this point. So I don't know if he's going to be trying to look for better S button usage because that's usually what Ramlethal's go to. But right now, I mean, it's rough. Sasori has just been beating him to the punch every time.
Yeah, like the whole whiff punish game that Rams are good at doesn't apply when someone's so close to you, right? And we got it there. So yeah. Mick's gonna have to really punish stuff like that with a backdash. It's really scary to backdash that button because that button is active for days. But right now, Mick kind of in the driver's seat, hasn't got the corner, but does have a combo.
This is going to be good stuff. Oh, yeah, actually going to allow Sasori to take back his turn, but the jump S, there we go. Starting to show itself a little bit more. Sasori, of course, with the meter. Oh, but just ends up eating a Rekka. I'm not sure if he was holding up or what, but ends up flinching a little bit. Mick able to stem the bleeding for now. Of course, Sasori still had a 2-0 advantage. The 6P, one of the best round start options in Guilty Gear Strive, to be honest with you.
100%, 100%. If you're looking to counter poke, 6P round start, if you whiffs, that's the chance you take, right? But it can really give you a lot of momentum that you need at the start. But we've seen MRK, Mick, he's been adapting a lot with the fadeaway jump back S's, which is really cool, but how can you jump back when you're in the corner?
Yeah, we talked. Oh, yeah, just dodging the jump heavy slash as well. Sasori now trying to stick his hand in the blender here. Oh, I thought a DP was going to come out right after, but just dodging that forward slash again. And I mean, that's the quickness, the mobility of Giovanna, right? In an instant, she's just instant air dashing at you, and it's so fast. It's countering the recovery of something like far slash, which doesn't have that much.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. What? Ooh. There we go. The forbidden button. Crouching dust 2D. What a sick button. But right now, Sasori might feel sick as he's in the corner pressure. The Ram Classic. Here we go.
Ooh, super to break the wall as well. It's going to be plus frames. Sasori does have a super to threaten with here, but yeah, the safe jump. I mean, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but he respected it like it was. RC in the
social
corner.
Construct.
Oh yeah, I mean, her dash is so good. You can see it just dashes out of the explosion radius. You got to be ready as a Ram player to stuff it.
Yo, someone's trying to get clipped. All right, Sasori. I see you, my guy. Nice side switch combo with the RC. But the fadeaway again.
Nice pickup. That was sick. Okay, Mick, that was clean, brother. I don't like giving Ram Lethal's props, but you earned that one. You earned that one. Another thing I want to point out that he did as well in that game was, you know, there's a situation that happens a lot in Guilty Gear Strive right now where the opponent is above you in the air and the person below blue RCs or PRCs, and then that person is slowed down and you jump up and air throw them usually, right? Now, people can take that throw and people have been starting to get better at it. So what the meta has been developing to is instead of going up and air throwing, because it's real hard to react to it, you kind of have to commit to a timing, people are just starting to throw out grounded buttons, right? And you saw that happen in that round where Mick actually 6P'd him when he PRC'd under. So I believe the Giovanna was looking for an air throw in that situation, ended up getting counter hit by the grounded button. So just something to look out for.
Yeah, no, I've really liked that meta as well because it's really strong with the mechanics in Strife, because if you do anything than a normal jump, you get 4 frames of landing. Yes. So it's really good to do something that's got invincibility from jump attacks, because even if you miss timing, you might get a grounded punish.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Oh no, Sasori. Tragic burst at that point. Ooh, trying to wake up with something too, and Mick was ready for him, and the super to break the wall with some plus frames on the other end.
And here we go, Mick getting Ram to live up to her name. Ram lethal, not Ram moderate damage. Like, this is what she does. This is what she does.
Yeah, and we talked about the adjustment he needed to make at the corner as well, which is what he made last round. Made sure Giovanna could not dash out, put the far S on her before she could leave.
Indeed, and now we can see Mick going for FD a little bit more on defense, hoping that they can get those normals to whiff, giving Ram an opportunity. What an insane 6P, but drops the combo. Unfortunate. It's time for the Geo show.
Yeah, right now Sasori trying to put her in the corner once again. Mick close to the super that he'll have to threaten with on reversal, but he eats the spiral arrow, and that's a lot of damage. Ooh, she had 100 tension as well. That could have been very dangerous.
Very, yeah, because Mick didn't have a burst to save them. Yeah. So with 100 tension, that could have been round red, but instead, Mick going to take the round and the set bring it to 2-2 range.
Yeah, ended up getting the wall carry. He really needed that wall damage to get the kill combo, and I mean, he got there. We know about Ram Lethal's corner carry, putting it on display, and we've seen Mick confirm and have a couple of sick conversions already, right? So if he's anywhere near that wall, he's gonna make sure to get the full combo and benefit himself as much as possible. And bringing it back 2-2, I mean, we can see why he's a veteran of the tournament atmosphere, right? And just because he went down doesn't mean he's gonna crumble. Bringing it back, and now the onus is on our Giovanna player to kind of get his composure back, right? Sasori was up 2-0, and now just like that, Mick, who's one of our favorites, already somebody you got to worry about, has put him on the back foot.
Yeah, when we saw the first two matches, right, we was thinking it's looking pretty bad for Mick, right? Our hero, our known player, even though he plays Ram. He's still a hero for a lot of players. But yeah, he's definitely adapted to try and slow down the pace of Geo, not get too overwhelmed. But it looks like Sasori just gone to Gear 6 now.
Yeah, he's trying to speed it up as much as possible. You can see a couple of those 2Ds coming out as well, but Mick has just done a great job staying above it. And now we're going to get another wall break combo here. Didn't quite build to the super, so Sasori gets one more chance, literally on a magic pixel. And the Rekka coming out, the Daro stop. Perfect as well. I mean, the momentum is just all in Mick's corner at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mick's got the, I was about to say he got the download, but that run up anti-air worked out perfectly for Sasori. Gets the wall break, 50% gone because you decided to jump. 2D counter pokes. Oh, the dash throw.
All he needs is a couple of Giovanna rounds, right? I mean, despite being 2-2, I mean, Sasori can be on set point as easily. That's what we talked about before, right? The slowdown, able to take the throw, and again, right back to the dash far S. That's what netted him so many W's in the beginning of this set. A perfect in response right back. My goodness.
Yo, I can't call it. Last round, this is it. And Sasori has definitely found his mojo again in this last round of counter hit trade.
Ooh, yeah, didn't get a trade combo. Oh, but chasing him down at this point. RC to keep the pressure on. Oh, and then he finally cracks. The 2S catches him low. The close S not able to combo off of it though. The win kick gets a counter hit, still in the corner, and the throw will be enough damage. Sasori gets it back together and gets the W.
Vroom, vroom. That was definitely Gear 6. Saved it for the last round. Took that perfect in the first round and went, oh, okay, all right. This is how you want to play? Let's go. Just threw everything at Ram. And it was really smart because Ram didn't get any bar to threaten with reversal, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to stop Sasori?
Yeah, exactly, right? That's what we talked about. If you do not have that reversal super on deck, Ram gets bullied, especially by Giovanna. Miss plus frames, right? That close S game is so hard to deal with. You get caught trying to fuzzy jump. You get clipped by the 2S, the second hit of it. The dash throw is so potent. You can't really react to it. It's so quick. I mean, yeah, it's very hard. And Sasori did a great job, really. You can see in the beginning of this set, really just running rampant. And I think that's where Giovanna excels, right? If she can get ahead early and just overwhelm you, that's when you start to get put on tilt. But we talked about it, Mick, I mean, the composure of a champion, despite going down 2-0, you can see the wall break super here. Just, I mean, Sasori had so many Giovanna rounds to start this off, and he's able to close this one to go up 2-0. But Mick bounced back. He made the adjustments, right? He started to slow the pace down, really utilizing the slash ranges much better than those first two games. I mean, he made this a really good set.
Yeah, I think what Mick was doing was the first two rounds, he was like, oh, this spacing thing isn't really working out for me, right? Like every time I try to go for like jump back S, Sasori just does run up anti-air and then I lose 50%. So it's like, okay, I'm going to have to play Sasori at his own game. The close quarter combat, once again coming into play, going, okay, maybe the swords aren't going to do well, but I've got close buttons. And they all lead to the corner, and that's my game plan. That's my win con, right? Get you to the corner, set up shop. But Sasori, Joe, had sort of a similar plan, and that plan does prevail, bringing it 3-2. But Sasori moves on, stays in upper bracket, throwing Mick down below with Paulex in lower bracket.
I mean, you talked about how at the top, right, when we were, that might have been in rehearsal, honestly. We were talking about the wall break mechanic and how it can discourage some of the set play that Guilty Gear is known for. But look at that final game, man. It opened up with two perfects, like on both sides. So it's as Guilty Gear as it gets when it comes to this game's knockdown potential. Like, you definitely will not be playing anytime soon if you get knocked down real early against characters like Giovanna. I mean, pretty much the entirety of the cast. I mean, even Axel, I think, is going to be very hard to come back from when he knocks you down and gets that significant lead early. But that's beside the point, of course. You mentioned no Axels today, which is very surprising for the EU bracket, of course. Yeah, unfortunate indeed. But we got Heapski versus Baron next. We're going to keep on going with the EVO warm-up rounds. Best believe we're going to continue that Guilty Gear strive. And I've heard of Heapski, but I can't recall who he plays at the moment.
So this match is going to break my heart because Heapski's my boy. I train with him. He should know the Leo matchup, which I believe that is who Baron plays. But Heapski is a Kai player from day one. He was maining Kai from the intro, from the trailer. He was like, oh, I'm playing Kai. Cool. I'm down for it. He's had really good results as well from the few tournaments he has. He's only on console, so you can't enter some of the tournaments. But in the PlayStation tournaments, He's been doing a lot of damage. Very, very solid fundamental player. Plays a plethora of games from like Street Fighter to Marvel, whatever the game is, he's played it at some point. So very good core fundamental gameplay you're going to see from Heapski. But like I said, I believe Baron plays Leo Whitefang, my guy. So this is why this match tears me, because I want to see my Leos like succeed. I do. Some of the way that some of them play, I can't watch. It's disheartening, I'm not gonna lie. But Baron, I've definitely seen in top 8s as well. So I can say probably isn't just one of those Leos that does cross-up Rekka for the win, right? And if he is, I know Heapski's gonna be able to control that.
Okay, so that's the issue you have with some of the Leos, is the Berserker slash spam. Is that it?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's. So I feel Leo in this game is very sick with footsies and neutral. He is a neutral beast. I believe his mix-up is pretty mediocre. It's very scary with his back turn, don't get me wrong. But the weakness of back turn is he can't block and he can't jump. It's our Oki. When I go into back turn and I mix someone up, the Oki belongs to both of us, because I can't block. I can't bait you. All I've got is a counter that's a hard commit. So I prefer to go for the neutral. He's got very good bars in neutral. He can keep most of it safe with spaced wreckers. His sweep is -5, so some characters can't even punish it. Very strong neutral tools. But if you talk about neutral, we have to talk about Kai. Legacy neutral character, still got the pokes. That sword is devastating, and we saw it. We've seen this before, right? With the threat of stun dipper and stuff like that. It's very... Kai keeps you on your toes. And Leo, one of the characters that hasn't got a very normal mobility game, because he hasn't got a run. He's only got a dash. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Indeed, and of course both characters having a projectile, but I mean, I'm gonna give the edge to Leo in that one. The S Fireball is just so potent in this game. Backdashing in the corner though, we've seen a lot of players going to that because of the reward is so great if you actually do manage to make the opponent whiff a throw.
Yeah, for sure.
Counter hit punish. And that's going to be something, that's going to be really good in this matchup, right? That guard point stance can be blown up by lows, and I mean, one of the farthest lows in the game is in Kai's arsenal.
For sure, stun dipper. I want to take a little bit of credit. Well done, Heapski, you're doing what I taught you. But something interesting, the second hit with stun dipper is actually a mid.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you don't space at the stun dipper, Leo can still guard the second hit and punish you, but didn't happen there. Heapski with the PRC, good tech, and again, something you mentioned in the last match about seeing the RC and just teching the throw.
Oh, and the backdash actually got clipped by the PRC. There's gonna be a slowdown, but no, a little bit too early on the throw attempt. Gets thrown himself. Yeah, and you noticed that right there on the PRC slowdown with the air throw tech. Like, there was no reacting to him going in the air. Like, he was too low, right? You just had to commit to a timing on the tech, which Heapski knew, or whoever it was that tech the throw Baron. So, but like, that's why you have to commit to it, and that's why it opens up you getting counter hit by a grounded button.
Exactly. Ooh. That was from so far. Oh, he got Leo. It happens. We move on. Next round. Oh, actually, no. Transitioning. Going downtown.
Indeed,
there we go. Some train tracks.
Well.
Yeah, you got it.
Ending it with a Liger bomb. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one of those games that gets out of your grasp. A lot of characters can do that. The snowball effect is very strong in Guilty Gear, not just Strife. But, you know... Oh.
That was sick. Using the guard point stance into the follow. Ooh, and the long distance on the back turn slash. You know what it is. But no fear in the heart of Heapski. Actually pressing back with the 2K and then getting the throw. Gonna keep it looping. Baron actually does go with the flash here. I was gonna wonder if he was gonna keep looping the throw to maybe perhaps counter that flash kick. Of course, DP is getting throwable in this game.
Indeed. Oh, he's gonna bait that. Oh no, he didn't block. I thought he was... I don't know, maybe he didn't notice the animation. One thing you can do is you can look at someone's burst bar. That activates before the actual burst comes out. But right there, probably Heapski didn't see the... Oh, good block. No, actually, no, bad block. You don't block that, you throw it. Because Leo is plus on the cross-up. Go for the super.
It's gonna be a lot of damage here. OTG and the wall break, and this is gonna be plus frames again. Oh, Berserker slash throws it that time. You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Oh, no, that's not how it goes. Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And Heapski did not get fooled twice whatsoever, right? That's what we saw Baron go with on that first stage transition off the super, was the meaty Berserker slash. He ended up riding that to the low into the Liger bomb. So this time, Heapski well aware and counters.
I'll tell you a secret, Ringe. So when you get the wall transition, when you do the super, you're actually not around start. You're further away. So for Leo to get the meaty, he has to micro dash. And I told Heapski this. I said, if he doesn't micro dash, it's not meaty. Just throw. Just throw. Now everyone else knows. I don't want to see anyone losing to Leos and pools. Now that I told you the secret. Yeah, so after transition, you're not actually around start. You're further away. And doing the super puts you even further away, but obviously you get the extra plus frames from the knockdown. Yes. So it's very hard for a Leo to get a meaty there. And Heapski, he's not about the tofu mix-ups. He said, if it's not meaty, I'm throwing it.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you want to make the Leos play honest, real neutral, right? You mentioned no berserker slashes. Don't lose to that.
For sure. Oh, good backdash. Air-to-air, we got these? Oh, wow. We did it for the stream. I respect it.
That was so sick right there. The double jump kick into the 5K, that was clean.
Oh,
sweep from long distance with a flash kick. You know how the Leos go, brother. Especially if they have RC on deck, but ooh, gets thrown.
Here we go.
Looking good.
The delays.
Oh, yeah, the frame trap right there. Look at the stun dipper on him. He's got the flip kick. He wants the plus frames, but it's then Baron. Again, press the buttons back. Oh, Liger bar from long distance. Enough damage as well. I was wondering if it was going to kill. That had to be just enough.
Yo, Leo's, he's a command grab character, man. Because that back throw into that move, insane damage. And the range is actually ridiculous. Actually, if you ever FD, like a back turn thing, best believe the grab will reach you. There's no escape. There's no escape from that grab.
The extra distance on the FD pushback will not be saving you for 1 second, for sure. Ooh, no I love this jump kick from Heapski, too. Oh, my goodness, reacting to the fireball with air PRC drift back? Okay, bro. Okay.
That was yo, give him a point just for the movement. He Tokyo drifted over that fireball with the slickness. That was sick.
My goodness. All right. Oh, and then, yeah, you gotta respect the 2S as well. My goodness, Baron, though. Trying to put it back in his court. Oh, the shock state, and then knew he was gonna try to push the envelope. Just DPs him off.
Oh, the cross up. Blocks in the back turn. Backdash. You're pretty good at this game, my guy. No, that's not the combo.
Just as you say that, oh no. And then the 5P getting clipped by the 2K low, committing to the Rega afterwards. Good stuff from Baron, tying up the set. That's what I like to see, man. I don't want any sweeps around here. I need close sets. I need intense guilty gear. And I mean, Heapski and Baron bringing it so far.
Yeah, like you could see that Heapski was aware, right? With the backdashes on the right things. He blocked most of the back turn, couldn't block the command grab, obviously. But he was doing well. And I think that last combo only works with shot stake. That's why I think he went for the wrong route, because I think he believed he had shock state when he didn't. Certain moves give you shock state, but the duration of the shock state depends on the move you block. So I think he over-analyzed the situation. Unfortunate. But these games are sick. The back and forth is so interesting to watch.
Yeah, I actually really like both of these characters fighting against each other. I think they both have a lot of tools in the neutral, and you can see it's all about how they manipulate their opponent with them. And so far, they both are making good adjustments. And yeah, I want to see this set continue and hopefully continue in a close manner.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh, yeah, you've seen the frame traps come out. Wow, the OTG into a setup right there. That looks like it's got some dirt to it. PRC, you ain't going nowhere. My goodness, Baron just got harassed for most of his life bar. What a check on that Berserker slash. Stop it.
Yo, that was 2S into DP. Never seen it, but get headbutted, my guy. Here you go. You're going to have to hold this corner. Leo backs away. I like it. Goes for guard point. No with punish. By Heapski. Chasing the fireball with the drift. RC. Clean. And backs away.
Yeah, always going to refresh that shock state as well with the stun edge, but doesn't want to give Baron any type of momentum. We're going to get a burst up, but Baron going to find a knockdown anyway here. Puts the back turn on him. Good blocking the overhead and a backdash after. Stun edge to stop the pursuit. Well done.
Very, very clean, yeah, because if you do back turn H and then stance cancel, you're actually plus. And Heapski didn't want any of that. So like we saw him backdash away from any approaching danger. And right now, he's the one enforcing the danger, but Leo firing back with the big normals. 2K gets blocked and 5 stun edge does hit the mark, but yeah, this is not looking too good for Heapski right now in the corner. Leo going to work, sending him downtown once again. Let's see if Heapski can get the neutral.
Oh, PRC, yes, gets the air throw this time. Gonna bring him to the ground, but the flash kick doesn't matter which side you end up on, baby. It's just down and up. Ooh, and then this time Heapski pressing buttons a little bit too quick, but too quick on the throw is Baron. YRC is not blocked this time and trips up the backdash. We're going to keep the corner with the burst. Flash kick is blocked this time and actually got the corner for an easier punish. Usually that pushes you far away.
Oh. That's 2D. That's a burst. Oh, we didn't commit to a button. I think that was actually the right thing to do, but the shimmy, the old school shimmy, backdash, wrecker. Man's looking like Fei Long out here.
Yeah, right? Ooh, OTG into the safe jump setup. Maybe a safe jump setup, who knows? Either way, Baron not testing with the flash kick this time, does test him with the berserker slash, and again, you talked about that. That backdash ain't gonna get you out of dodge, fam. Oh, the clash with the DP.
Into blocks.
Yeah.
Into Leo. Oh, I love it. He's trying to whip punish with 2D. Oh, run up 6P, hold the people's elbow. He's in the corner now. Heapski waiting.
Yeah, and Heapski not afraid to press buttons back as soon as Baron gets in his face. Ooh, and then the meaty 5K gonna be able to break the wall here. Baron now, oh, the PRC this time. Tries to jump up H. OTG.
Well, I wonder if that's like I wonder if that was muscle memory from like Rev, like jump up H. I still do that sometimes. I definitely still do jump up H because in Rev, throws were bound to your H lash. So sometimes you'll see people jump up and do H and go, oh, that's the wrong game. Should have used the throw button.
Yeah, exactly. That jump H is a really good button from Leo. It goes really far, can punish certain things. I know, I believe if Zato's trying to 2S drill you, you can just like hold up on the 2S and jump H actually reaches. So it goes super far. Good air-to-air button as well. But in that instance, I definitely think he was looking for an air throw, as you mentioned.
Yeah, because we've seen the interaction before, right? On Heapski's side, where stun dipper, PRC, jump up throw. The first time it got tech, the second time it didn't. It's a strong tool because you force your opponent into, I guess, technically, because like you said, you could just wait on the ground, do a button. You could jump up and do a button and know you're going to get a counter hit because they're scared of the tech. So,
and that's what he might be going for, right? Who knows?
But here we go. Wow, what a start. I'm about it. Oh, he's getting ratioed. Ringe is getting ratioed. It could be one of those matches.
Just one of those games. Could it be for now? It looks like Baron. Ooh, had a lot of momentum, but gonna get knocked down in the corner. Backdash gets thrown out of the corner, but nice.
Yeah, you get that safe jump, right? But you said this earlier, the big difference between a flash kick and a dragon punch is with a dragon punch, you need to know what side to do it. With a flash kick, it doesn't matter. There's no left, right. And it doesn't matter about your back turn. I have a super, my guy. Take this, go to the corner.
Oh, air thrown again. Oh, he tried to base something out right there with the backdash, but so much horizontal range on the flash kick. Sorry, Heapski, not well enough on that bait.
Yeah, it was a correct decision, but the bait was incorrect, right? Like you said, you can't escape it. That flash kick is almost half screen. Like, you block
it goes so far.
It goes insanely far, right? I think you can backdash, like delay backdash, and use the invincibility to make it with, but that's rough, man. That's really hard to do. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening. Ooh.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to get ran over, but wow, the stun dipper hits so quick, yo.
Yeah, you mentioned it, the 5-frame low.
Yeah, the 5-frame low, faster than what Faust, Axel, Zato jab, like that is wow, the speed on that move.
For sure, for sure. That is a king privilege. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these heavy stun edges. He is not scared.
Yeah, he's testing Baron. He's like, bro, what are you gonna do about this? Actually doesn't punish the DP, but he's gonna commit to the burst anyway, trying to close out this round, not letting Baron escape. But oh no, this is the worst possible thing to happen. Back throw, he's gonna be back turned up, gonna get out of it with a S fireball, but indeed, Heapski still with his back to the corner. Not a lot of screen space to deal with. PRC to apply pressure after that purple, or excuse me, the fireball, and he gets out with the IAD back into the falling button. Now on set point.
Very, very clean play by Heapski. One of the hardest situations to fight Leo when you're back to the corner. Very hard, but kept his cool, gets a W, and we're on last round, potentially just dust.
I mean, I had to imagine he was trying to tech throw, right? He just ended up getting dust. That was unfortunate. Now Heapski takes him to the other corner. Either way, he runs the whole block. This whole street belongs to him. He is a king after all, and Heapski could be closing out on this set to move on in winner's bracket. Oh, but Baron gets one knockdown. Liger bomb. Wait a minute. Can he tie this set up here? Gets the corner as well. Oh no, we've seen that happen to Baron a couple of times too early on the throw. Tries to wait out the burst, but a nice delay. Ooh, mad plus
In
frames.
there.
Yeah, you blocked it in the air. FD actually makes that miss, but again, the jump buttons from Heapski able to seal the set. I mean, that had been plaguing Baron quite a while, honestly.
Yeah, no, you called it. I think there must have been at least 3 to 4 times where the throw attempt on someone's wake up, which is hard to do anyway because you have throw invincibility on wake up, right? So
Yeah.
you have to super delay it. And the reactions from Heapski, just the throwback, keep it safe. You never know when Leos are charging the flash kick. I've wished buttons to have a flash kick behind it, trust me. So I respect that he went for the throw just in case it wasn't a flash kick, because then he could throw the flash kick.
Yeah, exactly, right. That would be covering his bases, but we're going to get into the replays here. Heapski, of course. Oh, that was the burst that we saw. We thought he was going to be able to block it, but just slipped up. However, was still able to close out that whole first game, of course. Oh, yeah, big frame trap. Able to knock him down into the Lager Bomb. Just enough damage to kill even through the guts on Kai.
Yeah, see the backdash on the wrecker, real clean. And that 5K, the skanky leg, yeah, it's one of Kai's best tools, man. He just puts that button out, have to respect it, standing low. Everyone hates standing lows. Real strong tool, especially against a charge character. Especially against a charge character.
Yeah, absolutely right. You got to, yeah, I love the stun dipper offense coming out from Heapski constantly. Was really testing him, using it to confirm, as you mentioned. If he had the RC, he was definitely going to be able to throw it out. Great 6P anti-airs for Heapski as well all the time. Ended up dropping that DP, but kept the momentum in the corner, and then RC waited on the burst, but good stuff to Baron, really delaying it up, trying to give himself the best shot at life, but it was just too much to ask at that point. Very hard to make these Magic Pixel comebacks in this game. Of course, chip is a factor from special moves. You can nullify them with FD, but they cost meter as well, so it's always a give and take. Now, we're going to round out this upper bracket with that last match that's going to be coming up next. It's going to be Mad and Cheerful versus Retro Mix-Up. Now, we're a little bit familiar with Retro Mix-Up, of course, right? Has been entering in a whole lot of the EU tournaments, ICFC. I think he was in Wanted, all kinds of stuff for Retro Mix-Up. But on the other hand, Mad and Cheerful, a little bit, we're kind of unfamiliar with him, right?
Yeah, not a name that I've seen. We've had some CCTV footage though, so we know what he's about. So
True.
Kai player, very different from the few games we have seen of Mad and Cheerful. Very different to what we saw with Heapski, right?
Yes.
He's a little bit more aggressive. I feel like he's willing to take more gambles, which is good. And like we keep saying about Stun Dipper, right? 5 frame low. I mean, in other games it used to be like a vertical Dragon Punch. Like it was just super quick, super invincible, couldn't do nothing about it, low profile of the world. But yeah, Mad and Cheerful, no giveaway with his name. That's the ambiguous mix up. Mad and Cheerful, how's he gonna play? It's 2 sides of the same coin. But Retro, like Rinj was saying, no stranger to the tournament scene, has been in multiple tournaments, very high placing Soul player from London. Old school as well. I remember playing him in Rev. Very traditional. Very, very traditional. You're going to see this Soul, and it's very hard to distinguish Souls. We've already got a Popotino in this tournament as well. You'll see Retro mix up. Slightly different. Still going to use Soul strong tools, which he has many of. But he'll use them in a different way. Very high win rate as well. 18 wins, 3 losses. That's scary.
The win rates on our Souls are just through the roof. We have the 90 on Popotino, 86% on Retro Mix-Up. I mean, yeah. And did Retro play Soul in Rev as well?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, again, these players, right? They're not just the top tier enthusiasts. They've been playing this character for a long time. They're just rewarded for their loyalty at this point.
Yeah. And funnily enough, he's not very known for his mix-ups. So I don't know where the name came from, but Retro mix-up, there is no old school mix-ups. Like you'd expect him to do something like Gunframe RC, right? With a name like that. But you won't see that. You won't see that. You might see a couple of block Fafnirs, which sometimes I feel like I just want to get hit by, because the chip damage and the risk that it builds, Fafnir is dangerous on hit or block.
Well, you know, Soul is really good at the strike throw game, and that could technically be qualified as the most Retro mix-up, right? I mean, technically.
That's actual facts. Actual facts. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Ooh, the 5P coming out as well as an anti-air button. Yeah, certain characters' jabs and situations that's really good anti-airs in this game. So it's not just the forward punches that can stuff the opponent from time to time.
Yeah, and I like the decision, right? Heavy fireball and RC backwards, Tokyo Drift backwards, and I think that's got to be just in case of a Vortex coming out.
Yeah, super smart, right? We've seen the Souls respond to so many things with that Night Raid Vortex so quick, but a nice frame trap there from Mad and Cheerful, and the OTG for that last bit of damage he needed.
Yeah, insane button, man. Kai's heavy slash does everything. OTGs, pay your taxes, makes you breakfast in the morning. Go-to button for sure.
Mad and Cheerful wanting to go to the corner. Already gets the knockdown, but yeah, quick SDP, gonna make him respect the wake-up game. Ooh, we talked about that Night Raid Vortex actually costing him as Mad and Cheerful stays in the air, and the second hit of Stun Dipper catching him. Ooh, yeah, that burst is barely not punished there. Oh, the DP actually whipped counter hit as well. That's gonna be a RC follow-up. Bring him down with the Bandit Bringer. What we're gonna do next? Tries to put the plus frames on him, but Mad and Cheerful with the Abare still not gonna make him escape this corner though, and death awaits.
Yo, you gotta be so scared about someone who's Obari when they're getting hit. Not like on knockdown or in block. Retro was getting hit and he went 2S. That will reach if he comes out. Sick. Sick. Yo, he's fighting his inner demons, as Jana says. He's definitely shadowboxing. He's shadowboxing. He did Vortex and DP on whiff.
My goodness, bro. Mine is playing tricks on him. He's punching the concrete. Oh, no. And yeah, unfortunately, he ain't punching anything this round. Mad and Cheerful just with the jump heavy slash, doing a great job kind of jailing the Soul. We saw that a couple of times actually from Mad and Cheerful. Instead of prioritizing like keeping the pressure on, trying to get the strike throw game, he just backed up and was like, what are you gonna do, Soul? If you're gonna Night Raid Vortex, he's gonna try to react with a 2S or a Stun Dipper. If he was gonna jump out, he's at perfect space to anti-air. He can also stun edge from that range. We've seen that in a lot of fighting games, right? Letting yourself kind of back up from the corner just to shut down any option of your opponent.
Yeah, and you can see that Mad and Cheerful super aware of that, right? Not throwing out fireballs without RC behind them, because the threat of the Vortex alone is a reason not to do it, because you lose mad damage. And Retro doesn't care if you're not going to throw the fireball away. He will still show you the Vortex card. Like, literally Exodia. Like, I don't care if you're throwing a fireball. It might still hit you, and you will disintegrate. But yeah, Mad and Cheerful played it very well, I think, considering the matchup.
Ooh, yeah, and getting the counter hit as well on the other side.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no, right back into it, though. I was going to say, when the counter comes out, you got to burst sometimes. It's just the emotional burst, as you put it before. But we're going to get the hard knockdown. Wow, and Mad and Cheerful, no fear. Actually, probably looking to throw a DP, to be honest with you. YRC for a little bit of defense, but knockdown again.
On hit, Retro Mix-Up doesn't know the difference between block stun and hit stun. He doesn't care. The button's getting released regardless.
Oh, yeah, the Air Bandit Bringer, definitely a good tool as well for Soul. Able to stuff a lot of different anti-air attempts. Able to just throw off people's timing because of it.
And I like that Mad and Cheerful went for a fireball once he saw Soul was in the air. Whoa, that was... I mean, ambitious. I probably wouldn't have blocked it. Ambitious for sure. That was like super delayed super. Like he maybe was fishing for like a fire S, because he definitely was in range to catch a fire S, but yeah, Retro not taking the bait.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sure Mad and Cheerful has hit so many supers like that against Soul, right? Like, as you mentioned, maybe the far S, the forward slash, either one of those would have got clipped, but all the way to the other corner, man, long distance on the SDP, but not long enough on that Night Raid Vortex. Clash into the sweep, actually still going in favor of Mad and Cheerful, but that Bandit Bringer coming out again, man. Oh, DP coming out this time, Vapor Thrust. Ooh, counter hit confirmed right there, and the clean hit Volcanic Viper combo.
Then he went for the rapid RC stuff. He's definitely trying to get clipped. I respect it. Get that cloud, my guy. Oh, Gunflame, trying to faff near. But Mad and Cheerful with RC, yep, has to go for it. Stun Dipper not safe. Doesn't know the difference between hit stun and block stun. I told you, man. That button's coming out regardless.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually a little bit fearful that Mad and Cheerful was going to bring out the Ride the Lightning again, because he's at 100 tension this time, right? So you can risk the super and then RC it to make it safe. But the Stun Dipper is always a good tool as well. And that's, you know, the options that having meter kind of present to you in this game, right? You could have done the Ride the Lightning into the RC, but I mean, that's 2 Stun Dipper RCs instead, and that's pretty good as well. But either way, yeah. I mean, Retro Mix-Up able to shut all of that down. Nice bounce back from that first loss.
For sure. I think that's it's a go-to option, right? You have to always anticipate Stun Dipper if you see your opponent with 50 tension. Like, it's a given. there's no good reason not to do it other than you are jumping. And even then, they'll get the PRC, and then you will go, well, he's going to grab me, or do I have to press a button? It's such a sick tool, man. It forces your opponent to make a bad decision. That throw could have been a very bad decision if Mad and Cheerful was ready to punish on the backdash. But right now, Soul getting to work, headbutt the king.
Oh yeah, trying to make the burst out. Oh yeah, don't burst now, whatever you do. Mad and Cheerful getting set through the wall. Save that for the next round, fam.
Yo, I got whiplash. When he did backdash and still got caught by the far S, my back is in pain. That was painful to watch. But Mad and Cheerful, sticking to the second part of his name, he's cheerful. He's happy that he can make this comeback. Trying to force Soul to the corner, but Retro just jumping away and spinning his jaw with a big HS and putting him back in the corner.
Yeah, Mad and Cheerful has a bet on the Abare pretty early every time the Retro mix-up has presented a far S sequence, and that's why Retro has been committing to the stand H delay instead. And now we're gonna get a counter hit punish on the Vapor Thrust. Good stuff. And the Fafnir meaty, such a good tool for Soul. And they bring her, backdashes the DP. Where's the Bandit Bringer? -2 not charged, and then got caught reaching. Retro mix-up, you talked about, he's been around for a while. He's taught a lot of people a lot of lessons, and now he's one game away from moving on in winner's bracket.
Yeah, that was a lot of mind games, like I said, that you're going to see from Retro, keeping it very, very mentally draining, because he keeps switching up the options. And it's very hard to adapt in a first to three like that, right? When you play someone like Popotino, it's like, okay, he's purposely being unpredictable. He's purposely being unorthodox. But with Retro, he can be unorthodox and go, I'm just going to wait and punish. I'm going to bait your Vapor Thrust because I can feel it. I can feel the tension in your fingers to be like, let me play the game.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think Popotino likes to never let his opponent play the game. While Retro mix-up, like, he has the reads sometimes, right? Where he's like, okay, I know what you want to do here. I know the fighting game player tendencies, and he uses what you want to do against you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a judo master. Just use your opponent's strength against them. Just totally making you have to reevaluate everything you know about fighting games and reevaluate your gaps. Stun Dipper, again, not comboing at close ranges. Ooh, good 2D on the Vortex low range.
Yeah, beautiful stuff right there. You need that low move to stuff the Irate Vortex, and Mad and Cheerful has been pretty consistent with that so far. Gets the 2K 2D RC as well to try to close it out. Ooh, perhaps the burst bait. I mean, they both still have it available here. Retro Mix-Up has the corner, misses the meaty on the close S. Now, the result of that, Mad and Cheerful getting a chance to play, and the air stun edge. I can't let you get close.
Yeah, and that almost went very pear-shaped there for Mad and Cheerful. Looking for the hero burst, right? From Retro, thinking he might burst because it's Soul. He could definitely make this comeback. But again, Retro, been around for a while, was just like, you know what? You can have it, my guy. Take the combo.
Yeah.
And having that will to be like, I'm not going to burst, gave him an opportunity with presenting himself in Mad and Cheerful not going for the combo.
Yeah, Mad and Cheerful, though, to make him pay so far. Just waking up with the buttons even on the negative frames. My goodness, you talked about it, though. Retro just hasn't had any fear in his heart. Willing to press these buttons. Oh, the throw is too early. That's why the DP actually worked there. Usually throws do beat DPs. PRCing away on the Bandit Bringer to bait and punish the DP. Try to get the burst, but Mad and Cheerful won't give it to him either and holds on to the game. We're going to a final match.
Ringe, that sequence was gassed. He did Tokyo Drift backwards to make the Vapor Thrust whiff. Then he got the hit and was like, I know any other player would burst here, because that must have hurt your soul to get baited like that. But Mad and Cheerful didn't burst. That was so sick.
He was on the cheerful side, right? It is so hard not to be mad after something like that. Like, you know, me and you were fighting. If you played a fighting game, if something like that happens to you, you're like, bro, no, it is not your turn to play. It is my turn to play. I'm going to burst out of this. But nah, Mad and Cheerful, I mean, showing composure beyond what we know of his tournament experience, right? That was really good stuff.
Yeah, no. I could be in that situation 10 times and every time I'm bursting. I do not care. There's no way I'm allowing someone to do that to me without responding with a button. I want something to happen on screen that was my causing, regardless if it was useful or not. But this is going to cause a lot of damage. Oh, he doesn't keep the corner, unfortunately, but the momentum is still with Retro. Oh,
yeah, the Bandit Bringer again. That's paid a lot of dividends. Burst trying to keep this corner. Wow, Mad and Cheerful actually committed to a throw, but Retro Mix-Up keeps looking for these burst baits, and he can't find the Mad and Cheerful successfully burst finally.
Yeah, and saw there that Mad and Cheerful didn't commit to a button, just escaping Soul 6P in the air, but you can't escape Soul for long, right?
Oh, the bandit bringer, and then I love the drift forward on the BRC, slowing him down, putting the delay base netcode on him. We know we are in Robakia, but when you get that BRC or the PRC put on you, bro, it feels like we went back in time.
He just did round start DP, catching the 2D retro. Yeah, you can't get a read on this guy. This guy fights in Braille. You can't read it. You can't look and see what's happening. The dust though.
Yeah, the charge does. Ooh, they leave some damage on the table here, and the bandit bringer again from retro mix-up, looking to try to rule the skies with it. Oh, actually gets past the 6P and gets a counter hit on the other side, but not too much damage. Hits him out of the sky this time. My goodness, Mad and Cheerful. Oh my goodness, so many counter hits, bro. This is such a violent round.
No Tetris here.
Oh, the PRC into the DP on the bandit bringer. Yo, these men are fighting right now. This is protagonist on protagonist action.
Yo, these lot are playing like it's grand finals. I like it. They are definitely swinging at. What a delayed throw. That was
yes, and he gets another one. Yeah, I'm so happy we're going to a final round. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, this matchup is insane. Mad and Cheerful definitely getting a name out for himself. Definitely.
Yeah, this is so good, and the air-to-air is solid. Doesn't actually get the whip punish with that 2K. My goodness, he was just a frame or two too slow.
Oh, wow, the cross-up hit him with the butt cheek. So, the master of all art forms.
Oh my, can you believe that? The clash into the sweep train? Are you serious with these guys right now?
They're in sync. This looks like some zero damage video from back in the day. Like,
yeah,
they're so in sync, right? This isn't fine. This is like a dance, interpretive dance.
It's like the choreography from the trailers, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, the Fafnir for the chip damage, and we're getting low here. Both players still have their burst available as well. Oh, PRC on PRC action. That dust might have been a throw attempt. I'm not sure. Either way, we got the corner from Mad and Cheerful. 6 agent response.
That's a punish.
Yeah, he doesn't burst out.
Oh my goodness.
Waits for it, tries to bait it. The gold versus blocked. Oh my goodness, Mad and Cheerful gets the throw, and that's enough damage to close it out. Upsetting retro mix-up in a hell of a way to end our upper bracket round one. Oh my. Whoa.
Bruh, if I was mad unprofessional, I'd be going on my phone right now trying to follow this guy on Twitter because he deserves a follow. That was sick. That was gourmet gameplay from Mad and Cheerful. To control a soul player of that caliber like that, damn, just
that was awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah. That was awesome. I can't wait to get into the replays for this match because there was so many amazing moments. 5 games of just awesome Guilty Gear Strive. And you can see retro mix-up, getting the big combos, the bandit bringers. That bandit bringer proved so useful in this set. Honestly, it really threw off Mad and Cheerful's anti-air timings, just bullied his way in. But I mean, Mad and Cheerful, of course, the one that did close it out in the end.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Like, it was very hard to do the right thing in this match, right? A lot of the last game was, I believe. I'm just gonna have faith. I'm gonna wear my heart on my sleeve and do this thinking it's gonna work. And they normally produce like really, really memorable games in Guilty Gear because there's not much logical you can do against Soul, right? Because he's got so many tools. Like you said, his aerial game, you can't guess it. Stuff like that coming from Retro. The delayed RC, moving forward with the drift to be like, you're hesitating. Let me catch you slipping.
Yeah, oh, the clutch air throw. It's just a walk-up throw in case he DP'd. You know that's what he was looking for. That 6 heavy slash was so scary. Again, just the dash up, or excuse me, the jump up air throw. Trying to bait the burst. Did block the gold one anyway. Like, I mean, Mad and Cheerful played so well. And of course, there was that moment, we didn't get to see it on the replays, but that epic moment of PRC drifting back on the bandit bringer to bait out the vapor thrust. I mean, that moment really stole my heart. Both of these players, just incredible stuff. Mad and Cheerful, the one that's going to be moving on to the upper bracket. But I mean, Baron's got to be a little scared after that retro mix-up game because that easily could have gone his way for sure. Either way, I mean, all of our competitors so far have been phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad all of these players went to compete.playstation.com, signed up, giving us and everyone in the stream chat sick games to watch. I'm definitely gonna go catch the archives. That like you said, the Tokyo Drift backwards from the Vapor Thrust, classic. Can't be replicated.
And we didn't know who Mad and Cheerful was before this, right? So again, you can go to compete.playstation.com, make a name for yourself like Mad and Cheerful is right here. He's got the skills, he's putting them on display. You can as well. If you're not interested, there's plenty of information about the competitive video game scene in general, but that was a hell of a way to end our first upper bracket rounds. I mean, I need a break, to be quite honest. After that, I need to collect myself. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on twitch.tv/PlayStation with more Guilty Gear Strive real quick.
Welcome back, guys. You are here watching EVO PlayStation EVO warm-ups for the EU region. I know we messed with Ringe's, time zone clock, but hopefully he has been entertained by the EU action that we've had on display today.
Yeah, I mean, already, whether I was tired or not, it doesn't matter because I'm not tired anymore, right? I wasn't really coming into this, but now I'm a little wired, to be honest with you. After that last match, I mean, between Retro Mix-Up and Mad and Cheerful, that was just phenomenal play. Soul versus Kai. I mean, we were talking a little bit about it during rehearsal, actually, that I watched the Exert Rev story mode and how Kai gave Soul the work at the end of the story mode, breaking his weapon, throwing the debris as pocket sand in his eyes. And I mean, that's what Mad and Cheerful brought out up against Retro Mix-Up. We see the Kai Heapski, the king of Ilria, going up again into the winter semis. But that's going to be in a little bit, right? I believe we're going to take a look at the bracket as we're getting into this. You can see right now how we progress. We're going to start at that Popotino versus Sasori match first, of course. That's going to be the first half of winner semis, the upper bracket semis, and then we're going to drop down to that Heapski versus Mad and Cheerful for the Kai mirror. I'm actually mad excited about that. And of course, to give you an update in the lower bracket, Mick has defeated Paulex. Again, Mick just barely falling to Sasori, one of the strongest players we got here. Definitely going to be making a run in the lower bracket, and he's already started off.
Yeah, and the other match in the lower bracket will be Baron versus Retro Mix-Up. But yeah, the games we've got on winner sides are going to be crazy. Popotino versus Sasori. What's that? Soul versus
Giovanna.
Yes. And we saw both of these matches super aggressive. If you missed that, go check the archives later. But both of these players are just going in. They're not here to mess about. They're not here to make friends. They're here to make money. They're trying to get to finals and get that cash. But yeah, we're going to see what the stream thinks with the poll.
Ooh,
I can't call it. I don't know if you can call it, Ringe.
Bro, I mean, this is a classic case. What you mean you can't call it? This is a bad guy versus a cop. And I agree with the Twitch chat. The cop gonna arrest the bad guy against Sasori with the 64%. I mean, we've seen Giovanna. She goes all over the world, man, arresting bad men. I mean, and the Soul is the baddest of them all. Don't get me wrong. This is the Tony Montana of Guilty Gear Strive. But we'll see if he's built like a bad guy we've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong with the law there. Like the IRO law, like that's how it works. That's how we want it to work. But not only is he's a bad guy, he's a maverick. He's doing a good thing. He's a bounty hunter.
No,
but
it's true. It's true.
He's just not doing it for the law. We need like the Civil War, the Marvel Civil War stuff. You need to be registered because you are definitely a bad guy. What you're doing in this game, a lot of people aren't happy about that.
What?
What?
Oh, okay. Apparently, the Soul bad guy is going to the bench in this matchup. He doesn't want to play that close quarters combat slugfest game with Giovanna. I mean, all right, that's interesting. I haven't heard Soul players complain too much about the matchup. I mean, a lot of the times I hear the Giovannas be the ones that lamented that 6S shuts down a lot of what she does. But I mean, Axel can do similar things, right? I mean, he has the range to do so, but you got to get that space first, and Sasori has already cut it off. Ooh, and then base the burst. This is a disaster of a start for Popotino.
I don't know if Popotino had a break after his match, which was well deserved because he won. But did he not see what Sasori did to a Ram player? Like, Ram's got mobility and range. Did Sasori care? They got in anyway. I don't know about this pick, but we'll see. It makes sense on paper, right? And if you're hitting dust, anything's possible. Make your dreams come true.
Oh my goodness, the charge does putting her into Guts range. Oh, but the dash in again. And Sasori is relentless with that. That's what we saw in his first round match. Just constantly IADing in.
Yeah, once Sasori's in mid-range, there's something happening, whether it be IAD straight in there, whether it be 2D. You can try backdash your normals. You're going to get grabbed like...
Oh, and he just tested him that time. You wanna get into this negative frame scenario? How about a DP, upper body invo? Great reward on her. Jump H will stop, stem the bleeding for just a second. Sasori has the corner, but quickly has lost it. Again, that IAD, man, is just so fast. If you're not looking for it, if you're not trying to anti-air it, then she just gets in, bullies her way to another W. And I mean, you mentioned it, Ram Lethal, range, mobility, couldn't keep Sasori out, and right now Popotino starting with the Axel to do just that, and it did not accomplish that mission.
I think Popotino needs to remember, I gave him the title Wopentino because of his win ratio. That's not going to help it. Like, pick your main squeeze, man. Pick your soul, get your main chicken, score all the seasoning, KFC style. Go get your chicken, right? Then if it doesn't work, maybe think about the actual pick. There we go.
That's what I want to see. Cook it up extra crispy for me, bro. Popotino has always been the soul, right? He's always been one of these souls. It's such a good character for him. He just his style in general, right? We talk about how wild aggressive he is. Axel doesn't really lend himself to that. I think this is the one that really gels with him as a player more. And I mean, there's really no reason not to pick this character. I know he could struggle in certain matchups like that Axel, but I mean, he's still just so good, and every matchup is winnable for him.
For sure. And I think there's a big thing to be said about Guilty Gear in terms of matchups and player matchups. Sometimes you can counterpick with a character, but if the play is clean, that's not going to make a difference because they're going to know their bad matchups inside out. So being able to play like a bad matchup not optimally is worse than picking your main that's a bad matchup. Ooh, that's a bad burst. Talking about bad stuff, that's a terrible burst because you're going to lose for that one.
Yeah, definitely good stuff to Popotino, because not only does he seal this round, but you see how far away Sasori is on building that burst back. So yeah, gotta fight it out honest in this round to hopefully get to the next one. You're kidding me! The 2D clash on the DP and he just DP'd again? I'm not okay with that. I am not okay with that, bruh. Like, for real.
I'm calling time. Either he's a serial masher or he's so veteran that he just OS's his DPs with DPs just in case they clash.
I am offended. I would like a letter of apology. I was not prepared. I did not consent to see this type of thing. I don't even know, bro. Double
tapping. We'll just say it's that, yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely some double tap nonsense, bro. Trying to make sure she's dead for sure. But Sasori found her footing back again, and the wall's break is going to be there. Great stuff to use the air super as well to make sure you get the advantage on the wall break.
Yeah, you're going to want as many knockdown frames as possible after getting DP clash DP. You're going to want as much time to think about your approach as possible. 2D whiffing, again whiffs, back dash into 5S, that was sick!
Ooh, Sasori with a clean whiff punish, and man, this fella right here came to play today. We mentioned him. Not as much tournament experience as somebody like a Popotino, but he's been showing out in Strive a little bit. You mentioned he's been entering ICFC and the various EU tournaments. And I mean, he's coming here to play right now. 2-0 lead again. And that's how he started the Mick set as well, right? 2-0 over Mick. We saw him bring it back to force a game 5. Popotino's gonna need to do the same thing.
Yeah, like Sasori is making everyone on Twitter look like they don't know what they're talking about. Beating a soul, beating a ram. What do we need next? Bro. A main and a chip? Like.
Yeah, and with Giovanna, right, which I think this character I feel like is what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like a lot of people are split on their opinion of her right now. I feel like a lot of people think that she's pretty good, and a lot of people think that she's kind of lackluster. And I really haven't seen one way or the other to give a definitive opinion, but right now Sasori is making her look extremely good.
Yeah, and I for sure, before the Leo trailer came out, I was gonna play Gio. The name sounds similar, and she's just cool. Like, she reminds me of like an anime version of Cammy. Right now, yes, she's looking like a cadaver because she's almost dead, and this is what Soul does.
Ooh, and that's what we saw in that first set too. The opponent was able to adjust the Sasori style, get used to the pace that he's pushing, able to get some W's after those 2 games, but we'll see if that continues the tail right now. Quick burst from Popotino. Wants to make sure that Sasori doesn't get the momentum he's been looking for.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh my
That's what we talked about, right? The 6S, very good against Giovanna usually.
Yeah, very good counterpart. And the 2D from the max range, just the tip. And here we go, more buttons is getting pressed, but Popotino does get out.
Oh, the PRC at the last second actually baits and punches the burst with it.
My hands are together, hoping that got replayed, because that was gas. That was super sick. Another DP, not the turned ringe. He said, look, this is my game plan. You can't stop me from running it unless you call the doggy.
Bro, we talk about that, bro. If you haven't seen the hitbox viewer on that one, it is quite something. All hitbox, barely in a hitbox, but you're hurting right now. The charge does from Popotino. Whole lot of damage to Sasori holding on to the burst as well. He built it back in the middle of that combo, and he gets the gold version. That is the ideal scenario here.
Yeah, not only for the Mia, obviously Geo gets extra boost, and Sasori with the extra clean hit confirm breaks the window, goes downtown in the canyon. This comeback is definitely on the table.
It was the last hit of Far S at the super. It's like, that's a Sasori. That was so wild. Oh my goodness, he just presses the 5H, baits the burst. He's gonna be able to get the kill here, but he drops the combo, has the PRC to keep the pressure up for now. Popotino, no meter to his name. My goodness, does have a Far S to his name though. Gets the combo, Bandit Revolver for the knockdown, backdash for now. YRC does connect, doesn't punish, and of course, if you don't punish the first one, the second one is always coming back. Popotino staying alive in this set.
The classic frame trap strikes once again. My DP's plus and whiff. So bad guy. Not so reasonable guy. He's bad. No. What he does is bad. He does whiff DP to make you react. Unfortunately, Sasori went for a dash, probably wanted a close S, which is reasonable, but at that point, he didn't need that much damage. He just needed the clip. But Popotino, been around, he knows how to trigger opponents into doing stuff. And it's a reasonable response, right? To do something after a whiff DP, but that wasn't the right one.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what a lot of people have been plagued by, right? People have been calling for, give me more whiff recovery on DPs, man. Give it to me, please. We heard Jayuna calling for it on the Asia region earlier. But, I mean, that's exactly why. If you're not ready with a precise punish at the exact moment he whiffs, you're just going to get DP'd. And right there, Popotino again bullying with this S Volcanic Viper.
Yeah, it's such a tool. And like you said, it's plaguing everyone's dreams, man. Just completely nightmare fuel inducing. Right now, the corner pressure, risk is getting racked up, jump H, pinning Geo down, headbutts, and this is what Popotino could have been doing in the first round if it wasn't for the axle pick, but better late than never. And even firing out the corner, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, good stuff from Sasori, holding on to the burst for the next round. And yeah, I mean, to end that next game too, we haven't been bringing it up. Sasori actually had the tension and the hit to kill. He just ended up dropping the combo. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely got to be, hopefully just out of his mind entirely, right? It was still kind of lingering. That would be bad. Right now, another great 2D. See him utilize that super well. DP anti-air.
The fundies. That's dead, right?
Yeah. Especially with that super wall break, lands perfectly all the way through, and now set point once again off that perfect.
Fundamentals come into play. Very clean anti-airs, very solid approach to holding the corner against a character with a DP and really fast buttons, but we can't stand block. All the early burst makes sense because we're going to lose a lot of damage, but the 2D is not going to work against Far S.
Yeah. Oh, he did it again, and it actually hit a button too. What in the world, Popotino? It's like that, bro? That's how we feel right now? He's just doing these setups into like charged dust as you wake up. You know,
Ringe.
I don't know what to say.
He hit him. Popotino got the dust and went, I see a weakness. I'm gonna do it again. That's all he's done, right? It's so just like sound in reasoning. It's like, oh, this hits you. You can't block this? Cool. I'll just keep doing this then. You can't punish my SDP? Cool. I'm just gonna SDP. Like, it's so fundamentally sound the way that Popotino plays. And it looks very frustrating because he exploits something you're weak in. And it can't make you feel good fight against it. The mental stack is just draining second by second.
My goodness, like, yeah, the mental damage these hits are doing, as you mentioned, right? It's not just him winning rounds or winning games, it's how he's doing it. Number one, again, we saw Sasori, he had the the set winning combo, dropped it, ended up getting a charged dust like back to back in the next game afterwards. We've seen the SDPs, like, yeah, just, man, Sasori. This did happen in his first set though, let's not forget, he went up 2-0, his opponent brought it back 2-2, but he still managed to close it.
Yeah, the clutch factor is definitely something Sasori does have in the back pocket. Right now, though, so in all of these pockets, the front, back, side ones, he's got damage and a sliver of health for Sasori here. I don't know. Yeah, just 6S. Such a sick poke. Very hard to get around. And I don't even know if anyone can low profile it. It's just a sick button in general.
Yeah, indeed. I think it blows up. Oh, my goodness. I was going to say, I think it blows up Stroke the Big Tree. And just in general, the low profile moves, but a great Night Ray Vortex. Ooh, but yeah, that Far S has been paying so much dividends for Sasori. He needs to make something happen now. Popotino did spin his burst, so any hit here is going to be a lot of momentum.
Yeah, backs away from the Far S, but no whiff punish, but the jaw has been spun. Counter hit, RC trying to get as much damage. Very late burst, but you know what? The momentum is all that matters. Wake up 5K. Wow. No regards. This is no accountability gameplay. Does not care. Does not care about the meaties that Sasori could have done with, like Close said, I'm waking up 3 frames. Let's do it. Last game, let's do it. Let me see if you're ready. Let me see if your setups are made out of tofu or made out of meat. Definitely tofu.
Yeah, man. And that's such a heartbreaking way to lose, because to go back to that 2-0 game, Sasori had the hit. He had 100% tension. I mean, maybe with the RC scaling and the super, it wouldn't have killed, but it would have put him on a magic pixel. And you got to imagine that that one is going to haunt him for quite a while, because Popotino, we talked about it, tournament veteran, able to bring it back 3 games straight. That was a sick close as anti-air, and the burst blade afterwards, too. That was really good play.
Yeah, super sick clinical play from both players. You know, when they had their gameplay presented in the match, they both looked really sick, right? The force to soul, which I agree with, definitely changed the pace of the match, and Sasori kind of didn't keep up with it, right? I mean, they kind of have the same game plan as a player, right? It's get in, do your big damage, and scare them into making the wrong choice. But Soul's just got so many more ways to do it. Even with the micro dash fire S with Geo, Soul 6S is just an insanely good button.
Dude, the dust right there clipping the 2K. Oh, I'd be so tight. I forgot about that one too. That's another mental blow for sure.
Yeah, I would have been tooted off my chair if that happened to me. But it's one of the tools you have to keep in your mind against Soul. And honestly, I think that is one of the hardest things about fighting Soul, is that he has a good button for literally every situation.
Every situation.
But
and that was, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Popotino going through, making it even deeper in the upper bracket. Now waiting for the Battle of the Kais to see who will join him there, as he does send Sasori to go battle it out with Baron in losers. And Baron did beat Retro Mix Up off stream 3-0.
Wow. Man, I wonder if all of Retro's like mental energy was just expent like after that Mad and Cheerful match, right? It was like such an intense back and forth that I imagine having to hop into another match like that, especially against the Leo, you could just get overwhelmed. So unfortunate for our hero Retro Mix-Up, because he is a phenomenal player. He's been finishing in like the upper echelon, the top 3 of a lot of tournaments in the EU, not just top 8. So big ups to him. But yeah, I want to hear what the chat has to say about Heapski versus Mad and Cheerful. Again, the Kai mirror. Heapski has been pretty more fundamental based, slow action, you know what I mean? While Mad and Cheerful has really kind of, I think, switched the rhythm up at a moment's notice. He's been able to kind of chill out a little bit and just stay back and play that traditional Kai game, but he is also being very aggressive with the stun dippers. We've seen the vapor thrust come out. Like, he's not scared to let things fly. And Mad and Cheerful squeezing out the poll results just barely, 53%. Yeah, I think this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, it's going to be such a battle of wills, right? And people think that Mad and Cheerful is going to get it. Only 3% difference, right? I'm not going to be biased. Heapski's obviously my guy, training partner, like I said. But I'm just interested to see the 2 different play styles of the same character. And that's really cool to see. And we know because of previous matches, like you said, Heapski, very fundamental. Mad and Cheerful, he's the type of guy to bring his Yu-Gi-Oh deck to a Magic the Gathering tournament. Like, he's trying to throw you off constantly. He's a madman, and I like it. And he can be reserved as well. So it will be interesting to see the dynamics of the 2 playstyles.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder how much Kai experience the other has, right? Of course, they're going to know the character in and out, but it's always different actually fighting against it. So I want to see who might be able to exploit their character knowledge to the fullest extent as well. Ooh, already a clean whiff punish coming out from Mad and Cheerful. And we talked about the fundamentals on Heapski, but you see, Mad and Cheerful's got quick reactions as well.
Yeah, very clean. Like you said, the 2D whiffing went straight into 2S, knowing the ranges of the buttons, what to do in what situation. I feel that's like 101 with Kai, right? You have to know what buttons are for what purpose. And both of these players have presented that in previous matches. Right now, very passive play. Both looking for opportunities to get minimal damage, but here's a big jump in, and this is going to be big momentum.
Yeah, I really love the rhythm Mad and Cheerful played in that whole first sequence right there. Testing him with the IAD first, and then doing the stun edge afterwards. Great PRC into the slowdown for the air throw, though. Ooh, and then Mad and Cheerful switching it up again. Vapor thrust, the first time he's presented with a block string. Yeah, he instant blocked the second hit of the stun dipper right there. That could have been scary.
Yeah, there's again, I'm not trying to gas myself up, but there was a little bit of tech that I was talking to Heapski about using the dash button to approach and then going straight into block. And you get a lot of quote-unquote accidental IBs doing that. And there's a lot of staggers, right, from both Kai players. And it's a really good tool to try and go, you have to stop me from getting in by doing true strings, or I'm just going to keep approaching you. And if I get an IB, Kai is very punishable if you get an IB. A lot of his stuff is safe because of the pushback, not because of the frame data.
Yeah, big facts, right? We've seen that with the 214S, the stun dipper. All those things could definitely be way more heavily punished if you're able to IB them.
2S challenge, and again, run up 2S, trying to force some distance, but Mad and Cheerful wants to stay nice and close. Burst though, that will force him to full screen as Heapski tries to, this cat and mouse like footsies here. He's working out very good for Mad and Cheerful, but Heapski's now, get off me, my 5-frame reversal.
Yeah, Mad and Cheerful immediately bursting. Wow, he actually clipped him with the flip kick. That hit has such a weird effect sometimes. You saw the screen going dark always when the flip kick comes out. Ooh, he tried to slow walk on him and throw. Ooh, blocked, instant blocked actually at the last second, that cross up, and then throws Heapski for the kill. Yo, Mad and Cheerful, I mean, he's becoming like one of my favorite players very quickly. Like, this guy is a beast.
Ringe out, it's too late. I'm doing it. I'm getting my phone. I'm following the guy, bro. Like, the IBs on the cross up on the heavy stunnage.
Like, his reactions, I mean, we talked about that on the very first thing that happened, right? Heapski whiffing the 2D, immediate 2S whiff punish. Now, this time, the instant block, and I don't even think he meant to instant block. It was just him reacting to the fact that he was getting flipped over. Like, that was impressive. What in the world is this? Your boy's got a counter pick? The Anji Mito?
I don't know. I mean, maybe because he plays Leo, he's like, I need some gorilla. I need some silver back in my life. He rates Angie. He thinks Angie's really good. I also think Angie's very good if you can figure out the pattern of your opponent. I think Angie's very, very strong. Maybe Heapski feels he's got a download on the pattern and he's like, okay, I can counter this with Angie. We'll see if the OnlyFans are going to work today, though.
Yeah, and that's why I was going to bring up the fact that Mad and Cheerful, of course, playing the Kai does have a DP, right? And that's one of the main complaints from Anji players is the fact that all the Fuji followers can get DP'd, and that's exactly what we saw to start this game. Oh, and then this time actually DPing even through that as he gets to the Fuji, not even the follow-ups. Oh, yeah, able to twirl, but man, it always feels so bad when Anji twirls and then just gets his tech or his throw tech anyway.
Yeah, like this character, I love to call him the graceful gorilla because he's definitely a gorilla. He's just in there throwing buttons, but he makes it look pretty. He is just an art form. His fight style is the art form. I love it.
Oh, nice the meaty there, but he left some damage on the table. It's unfortunate. PRC into the throw break. Does catch him low with the 2D, and then the stun dipper right after. Mad and Cheerful closing out another round. Watch your legs.
Indeed, indeed. And it's hard not to think sometimes when you see something like this where someone goes to like a pocket character, when they have confirms that aren't optimal or they drop a combo, you're like, the muscle memory is just not quite there. The game's still being fairly new. And I know when people were like, I don't like the mirror match. I hate the mirror match. I hate fighting other Leos. I want to pocket Axel for that. But sometimes going to what you know, what your body's, ready to do, can do a little bit more than counter picking, like we said earlier.
I'm going to be able to knock him down for now, but Heapski gets that long range on that 2D. That is a good button for Anji, and that one is too as well, the anti-air. Fujin does get DP this time. We saw Mad and Cheerful kind of be a little bit timid on the Fujin follow-ups, but bringing it back out. Ooh, counter hit and immediate burst. Doesn't want to surrender this round. Flip kick into the PRC. Tried to press something because he slowed him down, but it was just too active, too meaty at that point.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Went for a 6P, but like you said, that move was already on top of Heapski there. So the PRC just giving him a moment to see how he's going to perish, and he gets smacked through the wall from one ship to another. Kai Kisuke, Mad and Cheerful on a roll right now.
Yeah, and so far he still has nothing to be mad about. All smiles, all happy times over on Mad and Cheerful side because he's up 2-0 now in winner's semis, right? He's going to be very close to guaranteeing himself a top 3 finish. That's some nice change in your back pocket. And I mean, of course, he's going to want that first place, but this is going to be a lot of confidence being built for him as well.
100%. Right now, Mad and Cheerful, he can do no wrong. Everything he's been doing so far has been very clean. Like we said, he's taken out some real, very top names in the EU right now. Going up against Heapski, knocking him off his main. That has to be an insane confidence boost. And he's sticking with the graceful gorilla. Mr. OnlyFans is still here. Angie Mito for Heapski's tournament life here. Can he get it done? Because he's 2 games down. That means another loss, he's out. He can't go back to Kai here. He's betting it all here.
I gotta imagine Heapski feels some type of way about that Kai play, bro. Like, if he's switching and doesn't even want to play the mirror, he's gotta feel some type of disgusted. He's like, bro, I cannot believe the way you played this character. But Mad and Cheerful, I mean, he's just doing such a good job of throwing people off, right? You can't get a rhythm on this guy. And the PRC, expert utilization of all of Kai's tools as well.
Yeah, very good acknowledgement there. But right now, something that is pretty bad for Mad and Cheerful is the burst is gone. The reason he has 100 tension to play with is because he got a gold burst early on. But Angie, you said it before, right? The Fujin stuff, you just Vapor Thrust. And Mad and Cheerful been so consistent with that, I don't even think he needs the burst. I think in his mind, he's just like, I just need to block.
Even the PRC to keep it safe. Oh, the jab's actually clipping the backdash. Still has a shock stay put on too if he wants those plus frames. Finally drains with the air stun edge. And again, I love all of these maneuvers, but the spin to nullify the plus frames, but still can't make anything happen off of it. The Angie life. Ooh, PRC does slow him down.
Oh no! Profound sadness, as a young ninja once said. Misses the throw. And you know what the worst bit about this is mentally? Mad and Cheerful got his burst back.
Oh no. That is so bad. And then the 5K actually clipping Heapski now. Gonna be able to take him to the wall with the Vapor Thrust. He's gonna have the tension almost already at 50 as well. Of course, then that's what you're gonna do, right? Stun Dipper, the forward momentum, gonna be able to build that bar with the increased tension gauge. So good meter management for Mad and Cheerful.
Yeah, putting the butterfly out, just chasing behind it, and Heapski just running forward, and Mad and Cheerful has just got everything under control, man. The original cop, right? Kai Heapski,
true.
Cop turned king. Like, he's got it all under control as he takes this 3-0. Mad and Cheerful, dominant performance. Not only that, actually makes someone come off of their main. It's so strong, man.
Well, I mean, Angie has it, the fans, right, which part of the outrage weapon, but I don't think he's a gear, but Kai really treated him like one, right? Like, we saw, like, young Kai, ruthless on the battlefield, no mercy, just decimating his opponent. I mean, what an incredible performance from Mad and Cheerful, honestly.
Yeah, I personally, I don't think the character was the problem, but like you said, and again, I am very susceptible to this. When I play a Leo and they do something unreal that hits me, I'm not mad that they did that. I'm mad that it hit me, and I'm like, I can't deal with this. I can't play the matchup because I think this is what they should do as my character. So I understand going to another character to kind of get yourself at that mindset and go, okay, I'm playing an individual, not a character. But yeah, I don't think it really worked out. He didn't really get anything going. And Mad and Cheerful showed that he knew the matchup, right? Teching every time he saw the 12 and just controlling the variables with the Fujin with just Vapor Thrust.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that the Angie players do have going for them is that there's some matchup inexperience for certain players, right? You're not going to come across too many really high-level Angies. And, you know, Heapski tried to catch him off guard, but Mad and Cheerful was ready. As you said, the Vapor Thrusts were coming out. He was ready for the twirl. I mean, everything just had an answer. And great stuff for Mad and Cheerful, for real, honestly. Going to be making it to the winners finals up against Popotino. And of course, we got the lower bracket still going down there. Baron defeating Retro Mixup, as you said before. Going to be facing Sasori and then Heapski and Mick as well. Man, those are some big names down there in the lower bracket, falling to the likes of Sasori and Mick, and then as well as Heapski falling to Mad and Cheerful. I mean, this has been a hell of a bracket already.
Yeah, and I mean, it's only going to get better, right? People's tournament lives are slightly, you know, getting pushed off the brink. Popotino, Mad and Cheerful in winner's side. You guys can do that too. You go to compete.playstation.com, sign up for all the good action, right, on Guilty Gear and other games as well, Gundam, Street Fighter. Like, join up, free of charge, and you also can get in the money because it's up to top 8. Might as well, right?
All top 8 is getting paid out today. So even our players that are out of the bracket are still going to get a little something, something. And we're going to get a little something, something during our break. I need some water. I need a snack. You can go do that too. We'll be right back here on twitch.tv/PlayStation and twitch.tv/EVO. Good looking out on both the channels. We'll be right here when you get back.
see I'm blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new my body, my word. You words will never let me dislocate. I'm blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new
Welcome back, guys. You are here watching EVO PlayStation warm-up rounds for Guilty Gear Strive. I am one of the mic controllers, C4IQ, joined by the Zato Savant, Fringe.
What's good, man? It's already been a dope bracket, bro. We've seen so much great Guilty Gear action, some lore battles, some battles of the kings. And I mean, we're going to keep on going. As you can see, some lower bracket updates as well. You can see Baron defeating Sasori. So the Giovanna has been retired. Going to go collect her pension now because the king and the second king, Leo, going to be moving on to that lower bracket semis, awaiting the winner of Heapski versus Mick. Of course, two staples of the European scene here in Guilty Gear Strive. But I want to talk about that Popotino versus Mad and Cheerful match. Of course, those are the two that are going to be awaiting in our upper bracket finals, right? Popotino on that Soul, Mad and Cheerful on that Kai. And I mean, we've already seen Kai Kisuke, Mad and Cheerful, do his thing up against that retro mix-up Soul, so he should be warmed up in the matchup. But we did see Popotino also surprise us with an Axel. I don't expect him to start with it again, but you know, who knows?
Yeah, I don't think he would feel like the matchup is that bad, right? Soul versus Kai. I think he's got that under control. Obviously, the dynamic isn't as drastic as Geo. Like, Geo's super aggressive, right? So you kind of want to counter that with somebody who can control space a bit more, try and have a game plan of keeping them out. So he can kind of do both to a degree. More of it's out of fear. People just don't want to be in there. So he hasn't really got the buttons to keep you out other than Far S. But yeah, he's normally got the character fear. And I think that's going to work wonders against Mad and Cheerful with the Soul. But Mad and Cheerful, like we said, insanely good player. He's got my clout, bro. I followed instantly in that break. Like, I tried to do it twice. I did it on my old account. On my burner account, he got the follow as well. Super, super sick Kai player. Can't wait to see this matchup we're going to get. Popotino. Wolpentino, I wanted to say, but I don't know if he's going to get a W this time. That win ratio might take a little bit of a decline, Range.
Dude, Mad and Cheerful, I mean, he's definitely won my heart so far in this tournament. Like, just a player that I'm unfamiliar with and has been playing so phenomenally well, just showing expert matchup knowledge, great reactions, like unique answers to certain situations that I haven't seen from a lot of other players. Like, just in general has been my favorite to start. And wow, what a trade to start. And then Popotino, of course, Nirate Vortex trying to bait out a burst, but Mad and Cheerful not going to be too linear, not too predictable with his game plan.
And I really like that option, right? Because it seems a bit weird. Why would they both go for sweeps? I think they'll both anticipating a 6p from the other opponent. Like, that's so sick. Like, the mind game on frame 1 is 5D chess already. This is going to be a 6-7.
Yeah, that's definitely bodes well for our decision making going forward. But of course, Popotino always going with that Far S. It's an easy decision when you're in range of it.
Indeed, indeed.
I like this though,
wow,
man.
It's interesting. If at first you don't concede range.
Yeah, try and try again. You gotta listen to Aaliyah, brother. Ooh.
Good start for Popotino here, getting the wall break. 5 again. Look, don't be deterred, guys. If you've learned anything from Guilty Gear, it doesn't matter if your decision was wrong the first time. Never give up. Do it again. When you're bound 3 frames, you can afford to try it another time. It's okay.
I'll be honest, bro. I didn't know that was the first game. I thought the game was gonna keep going. The round ended and the Soul started posing. I was like, wait, what? They're gonna come back to us? Already game 1 in the books again. That's just the pace of Guilty Gear Strive, though. And Popotino really just didn't let Mad and Cheerful do anything. We talked about it at the beginning, right? We saw the very first trade in round 1, but right after that, Popotino pressed the issue and just overwhelmed him. Good start to the second round for Mad and Cheerful. He jumped the 6H attempt, but it was funny because like the scramble resulted in Popotino just 6Hing again, and the second time he got a counter hit and then just didn't let him get the game back.
Exactly. Like the 6H, the will for the reward. That's where it is, right? It's just like, this might not work every time, but when it does, you're gonna know about it. And if you're not gonna take 50% off me doing this, then I'm gonna keep on doing it. Again, the game plan of Popotino is, I'm Braille. You can't read me with your eyes. You don't know Braille, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
I love that, right? Your senses can deceive you. You can't always trust what you see. You gotta go with what you feel in your heart. And wow, the 5K actually clipped him in the backdash. I'm impressed that the active frames remain that long. Oh, the DP.
Yeah. He said he saw the dusts. That was a good throw on the DP. That's one way to beat it. That's one way to stop the frame trap. It might be plus and whiff, guys, but if you throw it, it doesn't come out in the first place.
Yeah, I play a character with no DP, so I enjoy seeing DPs get thrown every time. Like, I feel no remorse for the DP user. Oh my goodness, we saw this in the match before. Popotino, again, disrespecting his opponent. He's like, bro, if you're not ready for this 28 frame overhead, I will gladly take a resource, whether it be your life, your burst. Yo, triple 5K, it's just like that? What was that, the snaky link?
We got some cross-taking combo juggles. I'm about it. I love those combos. He was just thinking, he was procrastinating, going, what am I going to hit him with next? Don't run up on me, Soul. I'm still the king. I will take you to prison. Just all the bad burst and the good throw afterwards. Mad and Cheerful on the board. Let's go.
And I really like that throw as well because, I mean, Popotino, we've seen very willing at any moment to bring out that S Volcanic Viper, right? So I think that was one of those very likely moments that we were going to see that. So dash up throw, if you do it in time, will beat that DP startup. So again, very good awareness from Mad and Cheerful. We already saw him do that before in that very game. And already tying it up. I mean, it's easy to get overwhelmed by Popotino, but again, we've talked about it. Mad and Cheerful has shown composure, decision-making from years beyond the experience he has in tournaments. So again, a great adjustment here, 1-1 already.
Yeah, and we've just witnessed two players imposing their will, right? The first game was all Popotino, the second game all Mad and Cheerful. Right now, it seems like Popotino's kind of figured something out. Double counter hit could have been insane damage, but you know what? The damage has been done. Burst is off the table. Corner position is in his favor, but the 6P could turn this around. JK, I'm just talking rubbish, right? Aren't I? What does it matter? This is Soul.
Again, now he's gonna lock him up in the corner. PRC didn't actually get him with the AoE slow, but it doesn't matter. Vapor Thrust tried to juggle with it, but not high enough, unfortunately. Ooh, challenging afterwards, but that was a short-lived challenge.
And again, just hit stun, block stun, just the whole same thing. Got hit by the 2P and went, but I'm Soul. I'm just Soul, and I'm gonna press another button. I'm in range for it. If you're not ready, it's gonna hurt. But now, Mad and Cheerful, a little bit more mobile, a little bit more nimble in the approach. Oh no, punish on the 6H though, and Popotino might make him regret it. Here we go, in with the Vortex, but drops the combo range.
Yeah, indeed. And now the Thunderbird going to RC it as well. It wasn't in range to combo. Immediate Volcanic Viper and immediate 5K for the 3-frame anti-air, but Mad and Cheerful still has an opportunity. Has him in the corner. Going to apply the pressure, not biting on that 2-1-4S frame trap. Actually does triple him up for now. 5K meaty goes for the gold burst. Actually wastes it. It's going to be in the corner. Bandit Bringer's out for now. Mad and Cheerful is looking for an anti-air. 5K doesn't find an anti-air that time and just backing up, respecting that far S range, but not expecting the Bandit Bringer, and the burst is baited. Good stuff from Popotino. Closing it out, clutching it out. Very close game.
Ringe. I don't know if you can see it. I'm looking for it. I'm trying to look for the respect because I don't know if Popotino got it because he's just going in right now. He is definitely flexing his dominance. And I think that's something you got to do not only to deter your opponent from picking certain options for your own self-esteem, right? Because that second match definitely might have set Popotino back in like, maybe I should stop doing this. Maybe I'm getting a bit too predictable. But he just flicked through the Rolodex and went, oh, I've got this other unorthodox style that you're not ready for.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, I see it with a characteristic in some of these high-level players, and I got it from the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, where he talks about, somebody talked about that Michael Jordan's greatest gift wasn't his basketball ability, but his ability to be in the moment and not worry about those big shots, that pressure, right? And Popotino just immediately put that last game out of his mind. He's like, bro, I am playing Seoul. I've been doing this. I've been at the upper echelon of these EU tournament results, and I'm not going to let you discourage me. And look at this again, bouncing back in kind. Fafnir into the Night Raid Vortex. Close says burst is baited again. And I mean, this is looking all Popotino now.
Yeah, and like you said, when you are in the zone, you can make other players play badly, right? Like, we've seen the decision making that Mad and Cheerful's done in the past, but everyone and their parents can say that burst was ill-advised, right? That was definitely a hero burst that probably wasn't going to work out for them. And Mad and Cheerful is just on the receiving end of a absolute avalanche of a snowball right now.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure is being applied fully here. The trade into the 6S. And I mean, we haven't seen Mad and Cheerful look like that the whole tournament, but that's what Popotino can do to you, bro. When he turns the screws on, starts putting the pressure too hot to handle, I mean, that's what he does, man. He's a veteran of this tournament game, this atmosphere. He embraces it. You saw he goes down one game, brings two back straight, showing them who the king is and who the main character of Guilty Gear truly belongs to, and that is Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, he's definitely doing the poster boy proud right now. Soul Bad Guy, ruining everyone's day as Popotino wins all of their matches in upper bracket, sitting comfortably on the throne, waiting for the next opponent. It might be Mad and Cheerful, it might be one of the other players coming in from losers bracket, but other than, like we said, that second set where Mad and Cheerful definitely had it under control, Popotino just went, okay, you want plan B? You're the first person that had to bring out plan B. And when Popotino's not picking Axel, he is definitely living up to the Wolpentino status. Like, just adding another victim to the card, another name in the Death Note, man. He's just moving like Yugame right now.
Yeah, most definitely right. With the divine justice and everything, letting them know that this is indeed his game. And I love that. So many bursts were baited as well. He just really could tell. And I think that was the real moment that illustrated just how frustrated Mad and Cheerful was, because at the beginning of the set, right, he was so disciplined with his bursts. He was keeping them nice and composed, not doing them too early, making sure that he waited to get them successful. Then at the end, he was trying to burst as soon as he got hit. He was tired of it. He wanted to play his game, and Popotino knew, and he could sense it. He could smell the blood in the water. And I mean, when you give a guy like that any sense of fear, he's going to make sure you pay for it. So good stuff to Popotino. Grand Finals winner side, like you mentioned, awaiting the rest of lower bracket to play out. And I believe we're going to it right now. It's going to be Heapski and Baron for our next match. Heapski defeating Mick 3-0 on that Kai. Pretty angry, I think, about the way it went down with Mad and Cheerful and responding in kind. And this should be a really good one. Heapski versus Baron. And you mentioned, right, I mean, you guys are trading partners. This is going to be Kai versus Leo. He's going to be very aware of this matchup. Was this our matchup actually in upper bracket? Well, yeah, okay, so this is a run back.
Yeah, so this is a run back. I can't call it, even though Heapski did win 3-1. Baron went into losers earlier than Heapski, and he went through Retro, who's a very strong player, and Sasori, who was doing damage with the Geo. So right now, I don't know who's predicted in the chat. Go for it. Let me know. At the moment, Baron in such a role, and Heapski's mental stack, I can imagine, is dwindling after the match he just had with Mad and Cheerful, right? Having to go to Angie because he didn't think his Kai could have done it. So the mental damage is definitely on Heapski, I feel. And Baron with the 75% there. Again, I'm torn because it's my character versus my guy. So yeah. I don't want to pick a side. I obviously want Heapski to win, but I want to see my Leo succeed. And Baron is definitely not one of the Silverback Gorillas. He's definitely someone who subscribes to something I love, which is the King's Dictionary. Like, he's taking note of what the opponents are doing, and he's establishing, like, I can do more than just the back turn stuff. But if it comes down to it, I'll show you my back and I'll mix you up. Heapski, when he's focused, can deal with it. But like I said, the mental right now, I'm not sure if he's got it under control.
So you like the Winston Leos, right? The one they're putting on the glasses, doing their research, the scientific gorillas. I see.
The gorilla grods.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Perfect. Ooh, Baron already started with a clean anti-air from Heapski. Got caught kind of just above Leo, and it's not really a place you want to be off him.
No, yeah, don't try that side swap stuff. This is Leo. Flash kicks hit both sides. Not a DP, it's not a Dragon Punch. Is he going to break the wall for this? I don't think this breaks the wall, right?
Oh, it does.
Let me take notes. Where's my pen and paper? Let me update the King's Dictionary.
Yeah, Baron utilizing that OTG, the super, and then switching on that guard point stance to the follow-up right before Heapski got too close. Oh, wait a minute, we got the Stun Dipper RC as well. And be able to flip kick him all the way to the corner, put the HS on him as well, but nah, Baron dodges the charge stun edge and actually able to come down with that jump D.
Yeah, man, and you know what's really good is there's like a difference between like mediocre and good players, and people at the top, they know that they can take risks. That move is minus on hit. Like, that's not a very good move, but on hit you can cancel out of it, and in that situation it was the last thing Heapski was looking for. So good recognition to keep all the tools in your back pocket and bring them out when needed. But that was the darkest mix-up. I can't see, my vision's blurred. I can't believe he did that mix-up.
Yeah, you talked about digging deep in the playbook, right? We're bringing out the flea flickers, the reverses, all the trick plays. And you got to do it when you're in a situation like this, especially when the caliber of player is so similar, right? That's when you have to make the reads, when you have to take the risk. You talked about it. Baron opening him up low. Still the pressure's on the corner, and the frame trap is successful. That's why we're going to burst out projectile on projectile, using that S fireball into the PRC to approach. Double time on the crouch kick, but Heapski pressing out. PRC flip kick out of there.
That was the slickest way to get out of a corner that I've ever seen, but Leo doesn't care. He is dual wielding. He's got weaponry everywhere. He is a walking, talking armory right now. Baron taking the first game, man.
I love his win post too. He brings out the goons, the soldiers to check on you. He's like, bro, don't worry, all right? I'm not putting you down for good. I am a kingly king after all. I got some respect. And I mean, you know, he's talked about it, right? There's only two things in this world that are insurmountable: a mother's recipe and Leo's genius. It's just how it is.
He keeps it basic, man. Just like some of their gameplays, but Baron out here keeping Heapski on his toes with all the options, right? Not just going, I'm going to second wreck you over and over again. He's delaying the first wrecker. He's doing stuff like jump D, the dive kick. It's got to be infuriating, right? When you go from playing like very normal Leos to like, oh, I think I've got this under control. And then you play a Leo like this with the counter hit confirms, you just burst instantly because you're slightly flustered. It's got to be hard, but I do believe that he can control his mental if he can get out of this vortex. But right now, Ringe, the vortex is looking all encompassing, right?
Yeah, and then just waking up with the S fireball into the PRC, like, it's so fast. You can see utilizing it so well. And now we got a burst out from Baron, though. Doesn't want to let this round get out of control, but another cross up is blocked this time. We've seen it once, not gonna let it hit him twice.
Oh. Wait a minute, did he just get hit by 2P and respond with, I'ma sweep you, I'ma drop kick you? I can't. I don't know what Heapski does at this point. He needs to regain composure.
I don't even like you being surprised, fellow Leo player. Y'all love that button, bro. The 2D is just coming out, hit or block. It doesn't matter, rain, sleet, or snow.
You know that. Maybe that's something I need to do more, because in this matchup, something you mentioned, which is very key and something I think is very influential, and I've told Heapski this, I think Leo beats Kai, man. I think it's really hard because mostly the fireball wall, right?
So
yeah, you
good,
have to charge it. But yeah, Leo's boom doesn't go full screen, but it's got 2 hits. So when he's in anything other than full range, Kai kind of has to hold this, just like he's going to have to hold his... Oh!
He tried to bait out the DP. He showed him the back turn and then just went back to normal for a second, but the flash kick is the thing that's being shown, tripped up by the 2D. Hits the H stun edge for the OTG, but Baron not trying to let go of this round. Yeah, that was a hero burst, as you put it in. The hero gets put down.
He does, and that was a lot of respect shown by Baron, right? He showed him the back and went, nah. I've got too low health to guess right now. So I'm going to go for something a bit more consistent, go back to normal stance, making it 1-1 though, because Heapski does clutch out, holding the corner, not trying to fight his way out. And right now he is getting rewarded for holding on to that mental stack and playing smart.
Yeah, really good stuff from Heapski. Ooh, yeah, you saw the dash up to H right there, but he got stuffed. Unfortunately for Heapski, did corner himself though, and Baron, that S-Fire, best projectile in the game. Best projectile in the game.
Free. I would never, ever argue if someone brought that to my attention. Never. Never, never, never.
Heapski doing a good job though, holding on to this set. That's for sure. 1-1. You don't want to let it get out of control, right? Especially up against a Leo, having to put the pressure on yourself. We've seen some players respond to that very well, though, bringing it back to force the final game. However, it is much more manageable to put the onus on your opponent, right? Start putting the pressure on them, bouncing back and tying the set. Good stuff.
Yeah, and I think the adaptation that Heapski was making really shone in that last couple of seconds, right? He is allowing the Leo player, Baron, to overextend, and he's punishing him for his approach. Because like we said, the fireball game, straight up Leo. Kai can't do anything about it. He has to guess IAD over. So if Leo wants to play lame, and that's how I normally play against Heapski, I'll just play lame. I IAD back heavy, and I fireball until I get a life lead, until he gets bored, and then you can start doing the wrecker stuff. But when Heapski or any Kai player stays to the game plan and stops the approach of Leo, it makes it hard for Leo, because Leo can only really frustrate you. He can't force his way in, right? He's got the buttons to get close, but he can't force his way in for the mix. And if you just keep your mental stack high enough to be like, I'm ready for cross-up wrecker, and I'm ready to add air you when you jump, you can do what Heapski did right there.
Yeah, definitely a good adjustment there. Oh my goodness, you saw him dash up for the 2D. He wanted to check that guard point stance low, but great early cancel from Baron to stop it.
Yeah, and then tried to go for the trick guard there, but got caught by the counter hit Fares. He might have to call this round the wash, as it's looking pretty peak for my guy Heapski right now, on about 20%, no burst, and everything's just connecting.
Ouch, indeed. That was a good day in the journal on the King's Dictionary, I'll tell you that much.
For sure, for sure. I'll get the clips. I'll put it in there. Update that Google Doc. But right now, cross-up record, yep, and again, like a sharksman in blood in the water. Baron's like, yeah, you're not present. You're not present in this combat right now, because everything is working.
Yeah, man. He's going to be able to splat him on the wall and, of course, break him through. Oh, yeah. Tries the PRC with the fireball to apply that pressure safely. I'm honestly surprised Baron didn't let the flash hit go, but maybe not wanting to risk that just yet. Obviously, he has 50% tension now if he does want to bring that out.
Yeah, and he does do it behind the boom, and that's a real clean approach, obviously, by Leo's, doing heavy fireball, PRC, Tokyo drift forward, and just go, you're going to have to jump unless you want to block this mix.
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Scooped from half screen.
Liger Bomb right after the OTG, or not OTG, but after he woke up, right? That is always one of the best times to sneak in that command grab, because, like, you're tumbling into soft knockdown, you're mad far away from Leo, you're like, all right, well, of all things to worry about, I don't have to worry about getting grabbed, right? I'm all the way over here, but that's something new that Leo has in this game, right? The command grab from long distance. One of the few command grabs that is not throwable, so you can actually throw him out of that. Again, they were still new to the game. It's hard to think about those things. And just in general, despite its startup, the startup frames in the beginning are a little bit deceiving. It's still hard to really look for that command grab. As you can see, Heapski, even with Leo experience, still getting scooped.
Yeah, this is for everyone in the chat as well. Something I told Heapski, because I tried to get him to learn the matchup. There's actually an audio cue on that. It sounds like a bullet train, like a laser bullet train, because like Rinji said, visually looking for that command grab, very hard, very, very hard. So I don't know if Heapski's got his headset plugged in, volume turned up to loud, but yeah, like you said, it's just catching people, and the mix up between cross-up wrecker and command grab is potent.
It's nasty, bro. Good stuff from Heapski, though, again, trying to utilize those buttons, trying to keep Baron out. That's what we talked about, right? Landing in time to not get blown up by that guard point switch. Ooh, but again, right after the S, gets the command throw, RC as well, start breaking that wall down.
Here we go. Going to the lake. Oh, that was sick.
The quick RC throw, that was nasty.
5K, catching the eclairs, up. Oh my god, Tokyo drift away, that's so sick. Ooh, that's cursed though.
Yeah,
just press buttons.
This fireball coming out again, Berserker Slash. Oh, snuck up on him and gets the throw. That was so sick though, man. The BRC drift back from Heapski to avoid the jump up throw attempt after the PRC from Baron. Man, that is the type of strive I really like to see, bro. People are exploiting the RC system as they should be.
Yeah, I got a bit passionate. Obviously, my bias was showing a little bit. Yeah, but that was a sick sequence, man. Like the awareness, I know what's gonna happen to me. Let me nullify this, but he's still not aware of the command grab of the back turn K, giving him plenty of chance to, like you said, throw it. But it's something that we gotta get used to because mostly command grabs aren't throwable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not even something that I really think about often. Ooh, but he blocks the burst. That was at the forefront of Heapski's mind. Whoa, we're going all the way to side. PRCs as well, slows him down instead. Woo, the air dash, still able to dodge the 2H just barely.
This is definitely like a gorilla versus a fly. Like Heapski is being mad hard to catch and just tickling. Okay, he's going wild. The silver stripe on his back is showing. Baron wants to get into grand finals. He wants to go up against the next Kai, who would be mad and cheerful, but Heapski trying to be the roadblock to denying that.
Oh yeah, this is kingly stuff right here, right? The second king versus the first king, trying to overtake that #1 spot. Big damage coming out.
Is looking very clean for Baron right now. Counter hit RS. Look at the damage range.
PRC drift, waits for him to land and doesn't get the punish. You saw that he committed to something in the air, exposing the landing recovery. Now Heapski, very even on this life here. Beats him in the middle with that jump slash. Has the wall as well. Berserker slash gonna keep the corner.
Yeah, doesn't cross up once you're back to the corner. One of the actual safe places to go when you want to fight against the Leo. Just have your back to the wall and then you don't have to worry about the left, right. But you obviously don't want to be there for too long.
Immediate burst on the side of Heapski.
Oh my god, the jump gaze. The Kings. Back in the corner range.
Then again, just the S fireball harassment. We talked about it, bro. Best projectile in the game. And at the end, that's what ended up doing Heapski in. He just actually ate a couple of S fireballs. And it's such a good scramble tool, bro, because of its speed and the charge time in this game requiring such little bit of charge time. You just always have it ready. I mean, you see it used as a wake-up tool, as a scramble tool. I mean, it's the end-all, be-all. And that's one first king down. We're going to have to see if Baron can take down another against Mad and Cheerful here. But, of course, we're going to get to the replay soon. That was still a hell of a set, man.
Yeah, I think there's so many like micro like differences between the characters that make the matchup very hard to deal with. Like you said, I don't even use frames, the nanoseconds, just you don't have to do much to get the charge for S boom, and that's really hard for Kai to deal with, right? We saw boom and flash kick work against Eclair, the overhead, aka old Green Saber. You can really react with it. With Leo, and you've got two options. As long as you've held down back in the last day or so, you're gonna have charge to do either one of those options. And Leo's fireball hitting so high, very hard to get over, extremely hard. Like you have to have a very well placed IED, and Eclair is just not the answer. And we can see in this replay, like once your confidence is gone in being able to react to Leo stuff or understand what they're going for, it slides. It's so slippery. Like can't oil, just everything just slips out of your hand. Your grasp is just empty.
Man, I could have put it better myself, honestly. I remember you bringing up the fact that the fireball is so hard to jump over. I remember in the betas when there was no like forward momentum on your dash jump, I was actually losing my mind trying to get past that fireball. I was like, bro, let me jump forward, please. But luckily, we have our forward momentum on our dash jumps now, which does make it slightly easier. But of course, the height on the H fireball, the S fireball as well, it's just a tough obstacle to traverse. And now it's going to be up to Mad and Cheerful. As you can see, the lower bracket finals has been set. Baron just running rampant all across that lower bracket. 3-0 retro mix-up, 3-1, and then again defeating the first Kai in Heapski, going up against the second Kai now in Mad and Cheerful. And I mean, he's looking ready for the matchup, but of course, Mad and Cheerful has been able to bring a different brand of Kai. That's always the beauty about fighting games, right? You're not just fighting a character, you're fighting a player as well.
Yeah, 100%. And had to throw out the pun, but I guess the value of information that Baron has will not be Baron against Kai, right? He's already beat Heapski twice.
That was nice.
So he's safe. He's got the intelligence. He's got the details on Kai. What could happen though? Mad and Cheerful could look at the Kai in Heapski before, and maybe have some adaptations that Heapski wasn't ready to bring into at the moment in the battle, right? And chat thinking that Mad and Cheerful 53, and I think that was the same last time, 53. So Mad and Cheerful, again, like we said, right, he definitely got some clout from this tournament, because I'll put my hands up, I didn't know about Mad and Cheerful. I didn't know before today, didn't know. From today, he's got a fan in me, man. Show me your OnlyFans. I'll subscribe. Tier 3 instantly, because his Kai is doing stuff, and I want to see him make this matchup look even, because in my heart, I don't think Leo versus Kai is very favorable for Kai. But from how Mad and Cheerful played previous matchups, especially how he played against the Soul, maybe my numbers are off, man. I need to put away my abacus and get a good calculator, because I don't know, man. I don't know about the numbers anymore.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see this grand finals, man. Or excuse me, this losers finals. I'm also looking forward to the grand finals. But one thing I want to touch on is the fact that Mad and Cheerful, we both were unfamiliar with this player before this tournament. Also, during Big EVO that just happened this past weekend, we saw a player of the name of DPS get top 8 in a 1,000-man tournament as well. So it's really cool to see these new blood players, the ones that are really trying to grind out Strive as one of their first fighting games. Maybe not their first, but one of their first, and succeeding. I mean, it's beautiful, right? To see the veterans clash with the players that are just picking up fighting games at a high level for the first time with this one. I mean, it is really dope to see.
Oh yeah, nah, that's something close to my heart, because I was definitely a nobody, a PSN Shin Toaster 45 player until Rev Strive came out, and I got some wins under my belt in offline tournaments with Leo. So I love to see it, man. I love to see a good game come out and players just grasping a very fundamental play style and mastery of their character. And Baron here with the back dash, can you block in time?
Oh, he actually didn't block in time. Wow. And then, of course, takes him to the other side of the corner. Ooh, but a trade. That's all Baron needed. And that's great wherewithal, great awareness, right? He's like, I'm going to mash out this anti-air, even if it's just like back turn jab, because if it trades, you're dead.
Yeah, and again, the nanoseconds needed to get the flash kick. He did a button, it whiffed and went, oh, reversal. Like, it's striking ball move. Let me see if he can deal with this. But right now, the momentum. Oh, I'm going to the lab. I'm going to have to jump off stream. I need to lab that. Is that safe? Is that safe against DPs, that setup?
I know, that's what it looked like. Yeah, the guard break just leaving him outside of range of the vapor thrust, and I love that wall bounce combo as well.
Yeah, I love the solo ping pong, the squash game.
Yeah, exactly. Good vapor thrust, gonna put him in the back turn mix though. Yeah, I'm gonna send him all the way to the wall here. OTG super, not gonna break it this time, but the heavy slash fireball. Gonna put some pressure on him in the corner. Tries for the whiff punish, not gonna find it, but a 2K defeats that throw attempt for Mad and Cheerful. Not close enough, my man.
Yeah, and we saw Leo, like, he's a plasma beast, right? He's putting all sorts of stuff on screen that's just approaching you, and it's so oppressive because you're like, I want to be at this range because I don't want to get hit by Rekko or get crossed up or be in threat for command grab. You just end up forcing yourself into the corner, and then it's like, oh, now I can't escape, because Leo's jump S is an insanely good button. For something with no range, when it connects, even on block, it's like, oh, I can hit confirm this. Now I'm going to IAD, and then you've got to guess left, right. It's a very, very like drastic shift in what Leo's doing to you, considering he's a charge character.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the big strengths of the character, right? Is being able to go from 0 to 60 so fast. Being able to just be on the other side of the screen, harassing you with fireballs. And all of a sudden, he just closes the distance. You get thrown, he gets back turn off throw. And wow, that was a great 6B from Mad and Cheerful, though, trying not to get bullied in this corner. But I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that always happens at fighting games a lot of the time, is that you finally stop the bullying, and then you're a little bit too thirsty for your offense, and you end up getting wake up DP'd.
Yeah, and delayed dragon punch does hit, but not much momentum afterwards. Unlike Leo, who on a H flash kick actually is a safe jump. Character's wild. But Kai unfortunately does not get that. Didn't get much momentum off of hitting the DP. And yeah, Baron takes that round. Mad and Cheerful still fighting for his tournament life right now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we talked about it in the last set. You don't want to let it get out of hand, right? The 2-0 is definitely a much greater deficit. Oh, and the onus is all on you to make a comeback, man. That 2-1-4S on that Berserker slash was pretty wild.
Yeah, it looked like the Berserker slash kind of whiffed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if it like pulled his hurt box back, like outside of the hitbox range or what, but that was an interesting interaction.
Yeah, for sure. We saw an interaction earlier where Mad and Cheerful did a DP, and even though Leo got past him, it still hits because Leo just has a hurt box once he goes past you to make it easier for things like that to happen. But Mad and Cheerful taking that round as we was talking about how to beat Leo.
Ooh, yes, indeed. I mean, he's starting to figure it out, right? You can see this third round as well. Off to a tremendous start. Has the increase, the positive bonus as well, the tension gain. Oh, it throws him out. Maybe he's listening to the commentary. Let's go. Some adjustments here.
Yeah, like I don't want to be accused of coaching, but yeah, maybe he's listening. Maybe he was labbing solutions pre-match. I don't know, but good stuff to throw that command grab because that was the bane of a previous Kai's existence. Oh, backdash with the throw though.
Oh yeah, but then Baron finds the overhead. Mad and Cheerful really late burst there. Didn't want to get it baited.
Yeah, and staircasing down the pressure.
Oh my god!
Fringe, he was stab blocking prior to
Oh,
it.
he
What
didn't
happened?
finish it. I don't know. And they just tried to super Baron. Oh no. Okay. Well, no, burst is blocked and punished. I cannot believe it went down like this. What do you mean, fam?
Fringe. There's literally only one thing I can describe to what happened to Leo there. He just went absolute nuts. He hit the dust when Mad and Cheerful was already stand blocking, and then he got hit. Then he dropped it, and then he did super wake up. I don't know what happened. He had it so under control. He had it so calculated. And then after the dust, the chest just got beat, right?
Yeah, and I mean, as we talked about 0 to 60, my man immediately hit the NOS. He didn't care. He hit the whole tank, everything that was in the car. He made it sure that it came out. I couldn't believe it because, like you said, he was so controlled and he had it in his hands. And for him to just do a super after the stage transition on the dust, I mean, that was a wild risk. And great stuff for Mad and Cheerful, not getting caught up in that pace, still managing to bait the burst at the end there. That was impressive.
Yeah, 100%. That's actually something I didn't think about. He didn't get flustered from all of that sequence, right? He kept composed and just, he was evaluating the screen, the resources. Right now, he has to evaluate life because his is about to perish as he goes down to the ship below, and this is all Baron right now.
Yeah, exactly. Baron, ooh, I love that too. Keeping it nice and compact. Double up on the 5K just in case you want to stop blocking low, and he did. Baron right back to his momentum style.
Again with the jump S is such an insanely good button to protect the skies, and he does it again. Why not? How do you stop it? You're kind of, I think the only thing you can do is not jump and try and 6-beat on the way down.
Ooh, the guard point stands, clutching him out. Oh, DP in response to the command throw this time.
Yeah, and the burst straight away. I guess he didn't want any momentum coming out from Mad and Cheerful's side because we all know how Leo and Baron does with momentum. He just blindsides you, trying to take the round as quickly as possible when he sees one mess up.
Yeah, but Mad and Cheerful now, applying the pressure, of course. We've seen that stun over into the RC, but a quick backdash from Baron, not trying to be in that throw range. Ooh, just recovers the time, actually dodges the jump heavy slash. Immediate burst out. Oh no, fam! Right into the fireball. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Mad and Cheerful had been looking for a lot of stun edge into the flip kick PRC pressure, but unfortunate that, yeah, I mean, Leo has a great projectile, and he was just setting up shop on the other side, waiting for you to flip kick it.
I mean, we've seen this, right? It's deja vu, and we spoke about it before this match. The boom is very hard for Kai to deal with. His fireball only having one hit unless he does the heavy one, which is a lot slower, so the S will just hit him out of it. He can't use moves to get over it. In this version of the game, he can't stun dip up underneath it where he could before. Like, it is something he has to deal with. Like, literally battle rap. These are just thrown bars that you have to deal with. Like, it's hard for him, man. And what do? Do you back yourself to the corner? Do you neutral jump and risk getting hit or blocking jump S? It is a rock in a hard place, right, Ringe?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that is definitely the tough part about playing against Leo, finding yourself in that position, right? That's why we talk about so many times where it's like, you know, you get asked a lot in fighting games, what do I do about this situation? Well, the best answer is always to never get there in the first place, right? So that's what Mad and Cheerful is going to try to do here in game 4.
Oh, tried to get super sway with the tech doing RC into cross up just to give him some more time, but hadn't been blocked some, so it's like, you can't throw this, by the way. And the flash kick, 0 charge apparently, like, and here we go, the corner pressure. Too much.
And you mentioned, right, the back turn heavy slash into the stance cancel +5, so he just blows up Mad and Cheerful trying to do something.
Yeah. good insta block, but you were rewarded with a with a trade. But you know what? We take those good throw and the flash kick, something that you need to have to just control Leo, keep the momentum in your favor. Backs away, try to control space. Nice, forces the burst out. But here we go, the rock and hard play situation.
Oh my goodness, the back turn slash blew him up as well. Oh, what a great bait on the DP as well. And he didn't even make him block it, so no RC to make it safe. We do see the RC come out on the stun dipper and the flash kick, my goodness. And then a Liger bomb, a great time to bring out the command grab during a scramble like this. Burst available for Mad and Cheerful. He's gonna have to use it after this stage transition if he wants to stay alive. We'll see. Baron, flash kick, yeah, but he blocked it in the air. A little bit tougher to punish. Maybe he still could have got it off, but nonetheless. Oh, Gold Burst is instant blocked. Oh my goodness. At the last second, he actually instant blocked the Gold Burst. And then I don't know if that was a true punish or not, but he was a lot closer than Mad and Cheerful expected him to be, which made the punish a lot easier too. That was, I don't know if they've been doing it, but I've seen a couple of players instant blocking the burst, and it is my favorite flex in the game so far.
It's definitely a flex, right? And I think all of that started from the burst bait. Do you remember the burst bait when he was in back turn and then he
Yes.
let me put the ballet shoes on real quick because I need to get nimble. Man just backed away, then went back in. In this version of Guilty Gear, Leo can't counter it. So you have to be aware. You have to be quick on your toes. Baron shown that he's got those ballet shoes, like I said, got out of the range, back in, punish, and then everything from then on, he was just clairvoyant. He saw every option that Mad and Cheerful wanted to go for.
Oh, I love the way you put that, clairvoyant. That's really what it was, right? Baron had all the answers, man. He was Nostradamus in that situation. This was such a scramble, bro. He dropped the dust combo super immediately. I can't believe he did this. And then, yeah, waiting for the punish, immediate burst bait. So composed from Mad and Cheerful.
Yeah, that was gourmet awareness, man. That was chef kiss for sure gameplay for Mad and Cheerful. But it just wasn't enough, right? He couldn't maintain that sort of mindset. And it's very hard against Leo, right? This character, more than damage, he depletes your mental stack. Like, he definitely makes you second guess a lot of your options, and you don't have time to second guess with Leo. You have to be aware of what you're going to do before the situation arises. And the situation that arises right now is Baron, just destroying Kais, right? Left and right, real good ones as well. Going on to grand finals to fight against Popotino.
Yes, indeed. You know, for those that might not be too familiar with the Guilty Gear lore, which I highly recommend you get involved with that. Before I break down that and gush about it, I do want to highlight Popotino versus Baron real quick. Again, Popotino has been the premier soul in Europe, right? One of them at the very least. And you can see that win-loss record, 22-2, the 92% win rate. He has just been dominating opponent after opponent here for the pre-EVO warm-up rounds for Guilty Gear Strive. On the other side, though, Baron, you mentioned, dropped down into the lower bracket in the very first round and has been decimating opponents. He is very warmed up at this point, right? About 4 straight Ws to get to this point. And now Popotino, who has been on ice for a little while, has to deal with this red-hot Leo. And we've seen Leo more than capable of winning in this matchup, right? We've seen Sonic Fox do it over the best souls in North America. So it is definitely capable and with the way Baron's playing, more than possible.
Yeah, I'm definitely of the belief that a Leo, with their back against the wall and with games like consecutively having to have played, is a scary Leo. His fingers are wall. His mix-ups are ready. And he's got nothing to lose because he's fired from loser's bracket. This is scary, and it's 50-50. Like some of the Leo mix-ups.
Yeah,
the tie with the poles. I couldn't call it because, like you said, the Popino's cooled down a little bit, right? Having to wait for people to come challenge him while he's sitting on the throne. He's got the #1 headband on.
Yeah,
man like Baron, he's out for it. He wants that headband coming from losers, like you said. He lost the first. Did he lose the first one?
Yeah, he lost
the first game.
Yeah, Baron, he did. He went to lower bracket immediately. Yeah, he definitely did. 100%.
That's something to worry about. And Pope, obviously, he's been riding the wave and winner, so he's had a few less games. And yeah, the cooldown and the DPs aren't hitting. This is a good sign because, you know, Baron's got to win a lot more games as he's coming from loser's side.
Yeah, now that DP whiffed, but you saw Baron actually hard called it out with the parry already. So that's early sign that he's got the read on Popotino.
Yeah,
Here, it'll break the wall.
Just a good start for him.
Ooh, man. Yeah,
Sit down.
Popotino really likes that forward heavy slash. Oh, and Baron really likes that guard point cancel. Guard break into the low this time. You ain't going nowhere, fam. Super, and Baron picking up right where he left off.
That was such a sick bait. Going into guard to prompt a vortex, right? Because it's like, oh, I can't press the button. The timing on that strike to hit the vortex, absolutely exquisite. Because if he didn't get that, he was taking a raw vortex with outburst. He was going to disintegrate in front of our eyes.
Oh, no, actually missing the volcanic viper and Popotino not trying to surrender that momentum just to an execution error, which he does not. Tries to run up throw, but yeah, with no meter to RC, it is a bit of a risk. Counter hit recovery, a lot of whip frames, and oh, he tried to sneak in one more Liger bomb, but Popotino having none of it.
Oh yeah, like Popotino has been super active on wake up, and not just with like reversals, like we see one there, but he's been backdashing and stuff like that. Throws it and then hits him with the dust. I think just, oh my god, let him play the game, please.
And that was a high level burst bait too, because he hit him once and then stopped, right? A lot of the times you'll just like wait for them to burst right after the dust. But that was really good stuff because high level players will wait for that one hit. And man, the Tyrant Rave didn't get any hits right there.
Yeah, he's gone from 0. Actually, no, he's gone from 100 to 0.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the SDP back to back with it 2 times platinum, and then the Gunflame remix to put Popotino up 1-0.
And I feel for Baron right there because I know exactly what happened. That's someone that's happened to me before. So what he tried to do is when he saw the first SDP from Soul, he tried to run and do close S. But because of the charge time, you get micro dash S boom.
Oh.
That's what happened. So what you need to do is use the dash button and then press S. That way you don't give yourself boom, because obviously he was blocking prior to the S DP. Then yeah, done 6-6. The game said, oh, you want an S boom, right? Which we do normally want, but not in that situation when we want to punish the Dragon Punch.
And this game holds your charge while moving forward for a significant amount of time, right? So that's another reason why that fireball came out. But as you mentioned, oh, that was a beautiful guard point anti-air. That if you use the dash button, you don't have to hold the direction. If you don't hold the direction, it will move you forward. So that's a way to ensure you don't get a mistake.
Exactly, exactly. Hopefully Baron puts that to the repertoire of offense that he's shown, and you know, it's been very impressive so far, like we said, coming from losers. And right now, all hitting him with the parkour mix-ups, the freestyling stuff.
I love it. Oh, and then just canceling into the 236S right there. Knew that Baron was gonna try and press something, or excuse me, Popotino. PRC is getting, oh, the Night Raid Vortex goes right up under it. I thought he wanted the burst bait there. One more Night Raid, but no RC to make it safe, and it was too slow to actually punish the fireball.
Yeah, really smart from Popotino to recognize, oh yeah, I can vortex fireballs. I'm sure he's known that from day one, even in Rev. But what Baron did there was using the heavy one. The heavy one's got less recovery, so it's a lot harder to punish on reaction. It's got more start, but less recovery. So giving him the opportunity to block and giving him the opportunity to punish, like you said, Popotino didn't have meter to make it safe.
Ooh, he tried for that guard point follow, but just outside of range, ended up getting clipped by Gunflame. And the revolver, ooh, goes low off of it. Good stuff from Popotino, switching it up.
Yeah, and that confirm was so clean, man.
He loves that forward heavy slash on that round start and stage transition. Every time he loves it.
Yeah, that,
look at this right here. We just talked about it, bro.
Yo, stop coaching, man. He's not paying you, surely. Stop coaching him.
Oh. The pocket challenge in the
guy.
low again, yo, always. It just is such a great answer.
Ooh, catch the IAD? No, he doesn't. He stays grounded. Wild throw comes up by mistake. I can only imagine. But the DP, that's never a mistake, my guy.
Never, ever does he miss a 6 heavy slash. It seems like Popotino again stabbing the king into the ground. Said, you may have gone past the first king, but baby, this is the bad guy. I am Scarface. You've seen my mansion. You've seen my security system. I see everything that you want to do.
Yo, yeah, Popotino clearly not playing, doesn't cool him down. And yeah, that 6H, aka the sword in the stone, that's Excalibur. He has to pull that back out afterwards. That's why it's got so much recovery. But when it hits, damn, you know about it, man.
it hurts, man. It's so fast, right? Has a lot of recovery, as you mentioned, very easily punishable on whiff and on block, but it is so quick on the startup. It catches people off guard so easily.
Yeah, and again, when we talk about levels of play, not being scared to take risks is why Popotino's in finals. But good throw in the DP. This is a good start for Baron to turn it around, because this is potentially the last game, because Popotino is 2 up and in winner side.
Dude, and another 6H on the stage transition. Like, it is just running rampant. But luckily for Baron, gets out of there. The Fafnir block in the air, though, that's always a dangerous time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Got caught flinching. The charge does combo as well. Lets him recover in the corner here. Baron, you gotta imagine he's thinking about a flash kick, has the RC available, but he's mostly used it for a fireball RC, actually. Bannerbringer OTG supers in response to the dust. What a clutch moment to bring that out. Puts him on life support. Obviously, the guts for the protagonist still keeping him in the game, but the whiff 5K gonna take him out of it.
Very clean play there, and a very good choice to go for that, because the second hit of Soul's 5K doesn't hit crouches. It hits very, very high. So good way to make it whiff. And that button, even though it's free frame startup, has insane recovery on block and on whiff.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And not cancelable on whiff, right? So that's when it really gets exposed.
For sure, for sure. And Baron definitely exposing the flaw in Popo's gameplay. Oh my gosh, you see the smoothing around the vortex? This character doesn't have a run, by the way. He's actually smoothing.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, he only has a grounded dash, and right now he has a W to his name as well. So good stuff to Baron. Gonna put that one on the board. Ready to not go quietly into the night, right, baby? This is grand finals. You want the lion's share of that pot, and more importantly, you want to show people here at the pre-EVO warm-up rounds just who is the king of the jungle, right? Obviously, Leo, one of the premier gorillas of the game. As Soul Bad Guy, obviously, a whole lot of talk about Soul, right? Depending on your region, of course, North America rating him very highly. I mean, everybody does. It's just whether he's undisputed #1 or not. But right now, we've seen Leo at the highest level, able to defeat this character, and Popotino actually going with the Axel instead of the Soul just off that. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay. We didn't see much of the Axel versus the Geo when Popotino picked it that time. He got deterred. That was only one match from Baron, but it was a very convincing match, right? And like you said, Leo aesthetically looks like a gorilla, where Soul's kind of a gorilla in sheep's clothing, right? But the way he plays is like that. But this is pretty gross, right? Bringing the opponent to you with the Renton follow-up and then going straight into the dust, completely licking off 60% of health. This is a good start for Popo.
Yeah, I think Popo he has that gorilla style in his heart, you know what I mean? He's about that unga, and that's why he even tested him with the charge dust early. That's big damage. I mean, that's exactly where you want to be as Axel. This is so hard for your opponent to shore up that life deficit, considering all your tools. Dodging the DP, tries to bait the burst, thought he would really feel the hero burst, but Baron gonna hold on to it for now.
Yeah, this matchup personally brings tears to my eyes. I really find this matchup pretty hard, right? And it makes sense. And I've seen Popotino do this before. He did this in a previous tournament. I think it might have been PlayStation EVO, one of the tournaments they had. And he was in the finals with Akerol.
Yeah, I was going to say he did it to Akerol. I was going to say that, yeah.
But it didn't work, right? Because I think Akerol still won.
Yeah, he did actually. You are correct. So we'll see if there's a repeat performance. Obviously, more experience under his belt now. Popotino looking clean on the Axel so far. And he is on tournament point. Let's not get it twisted. Baron's got to make something big happen here. He's got the burst available, but with this a little meter, you want this burst to work out in a gold fashion, right? You want that 100 tension to make this comeback. Ooh, he's close enough now, but as soon as he does, Popotino gets some distance, doesn't actually bait that burst out. So Baron not gonna have the meter to make something happen, but at least he has another chance, but it's quickly 2H'd away. Popotino, I love it. Going up 2-1 and then bringing out the Axel, a tournament veteran, a counter pick to make sure that that last game that he needs is a little bit easier on his mental than the Soul matchup was. Great stuff to Popotino. I mean, that's why he's in the upper echelon of the Guilty Gear results in the EU. And I mean, just another tournament under his belt.
Yeah, I think what you said was key, right? It was definitely just, you know what, take your advantage of having the opportunity of being on winner's side, and Baron has to reset the bracket, right? Yeah. And going to the Axel there makes perfect sense, because even if he loses, he's still up, right? Yeah. And that matchup, is way less taxing on Popotino because he just has to keep him out. He doesn't have to engage. And if you remember the matches where he did lose against Baron, it's because he was whiffing like vortexes or going too hard with 5k and he was getting whiff punished. He just said, okay, cool, I'll just play a character that takes less risks. Let's see what you do to adapt to that.
And I think that's a great point that you bring up, is that not only is it the fact that the matchup is kind of, you don't have to take as many risks, but as a player, he was getting a little wild, right? He was taking a lot of risks as Soul, and this switch to Axel not only presents a new plethora of problems for your opponent, but it puts you in a different mindset, right? It allows you to reset, not get so caught up in that wild, fast pace that Leo and Soul really bring to the table. So great adjustment from Popotino, honestly, sealing the grand final set 3-1 with that Axel pick to close it out. I mean, if you're gonna have two characters in your arsenal, Soul and Axel are good choices.
Yo, yeah, that's that's definitely a good way to go about in this game. Having two characters that kind of compensate for the other one's weakness, right? Like myself, I want to learn Axel for the things that I feel are hard for Leo, and Popotino, even if it's a pocket Axel and he's only got the bare basics down, it's enough because he takes PlayStation EVO warm-up round Guilty Gear Strive tournament for EU with very solid play throughout. I mean, he didn't lose a set, right? 3-0, 3-2, 3-1, 3-1. Like, pretty convincing.
Yeah, and if you're looking to get involved with any of the pre-EVO warm-up rounds or any of the tournaments in general, here on PlayStation.com, we got the schedule for you right here, right? The warm-up NA finals are today at 2 p.m. Pacific time, so just in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, we'll be right back here with some more Guilty Gear Strive. And of course, Street Fighter V going down July 6th, just tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific as well, and then Mortal Kombat 11, July 12th. So we got a bunch of fighting game action all July. You can see even after that, we got Tekken and the likes. You can all find out more information about that at compete.playstation.com. That's where you sign up for the tournaments. That's where you find out information regarding the whole of competitive scenes on PlayStation. So yeah, man, I mean, it was an incredible bracket. If you want to get involved again, that's where you head to get involved in these incredible brackets. I mean, big ups to Mad and Cheerful. Like we said, we were unaware of him going into this tournament, and now he's made a name for himself. That's what you could do at home as well, because these pre-EVO warm-up round tournaments are free to enter. So there's no reason not to get involved.
Yeah, 100%. And like we said, at the top of the show, top 8 payout. All those players that you've seen today, they're getting some cash behind them for, I mean, giving me, Ringe, all the people in chat, insane matches to watch, man. They've been absolutely phenomenal. What a way to display such a new game still, right?
Yeah,
this is basically 1 month. And the level of, like, not just tech that people have labbed, the interactions with each other. Like the show of respect and like, oh, if I play a good player, I can show off this, because there's some things that you can't do in regular matches or if you're steamrolling. But when you have people on the same level like that, the game looks absolutely amazing, just like the graphics.
Yeah, I mean, from top to bottom, it was an amazing bracket today. Thank you, C4IQ, for joining me, man. It was a really fun time commentating for sure. I hope we get to do it again soon. And thank you all on twitch.tv/PlayStation as well as twitch.tv/EVO. I know we're simultaneously broadcasting on both channels. So thank you for tuning in for just the second leg of Guilty Gear Strive, because we also had Asia before this during the day. And then we're going to close it out with North America in just a couple of hours. So keep it locked and loaded. We'll be right back. Thank you again for joining us. We'll catch y'all soon.
PlayStation.
I know who I am. That moonlight lake told me this is who you are. My veins are so long, my nails are sharp on the knives. That is me. I wonder what that is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the word can